it's second to none when you're talking about, combination of two guys with those things. But you got to mix up coverages, and like I said, to a certain degree, you hope that they miss some, or they're not having as good a synergy on that particular time or play.
And it's time now for the DraftKings same game parlay. Here's what we're going with for game number 1. OG Anunoby to score at least 18 points. Josh Hart to grab at least 8 rebounds. And Deuce McBride to hit at least 2 3-pointers. Those three-legged parlay right now, plus 420 on DraftKings, and that was the DraftKings Knicks same-game parlay. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. The crown is yours. Still to come here on New York Knicks game night, Monica McNutt will join me to preview the series and tonight's game number 1, and we'll hear more from Josh Hart as well as Sixers head coach Nick Nurse as we count down to tip-off between the Knicks and the 76ers. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Time to bench those other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire, you get to hire the right fit for any role fast. That's because ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time in scouting first-rate talent. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can instantly unlock contact info from a roster of top candidates. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have trusted ZipRecruiter to hire. And check this out. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the game, based on G2. So, if you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about. Summer colds linger, and getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. That's why everyone needs a medical emergency kit. It includes doctor-prescribed medications to treat common and serious illnesses, so if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. Save $45 with code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. urgentcarekit.com/880.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
I mean, we got great fans. They travel everywhere. So, I mean, that support from them just, help us and bring us more energy.
Pat O'Keefe back with you on the Knicks pregame show, brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery. Lights out here at the Garden ahead of game number 1. As the fans are filing in, waiting for the Knicks to take the court for the first time, as well as the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, 2 years ago, the Knicks and the Sixers met in a hard-fought first-round series that the Knicks won in 6 games. And by the time it got to Game 6 in Philadelphia, it felt like the arena down there was flooded with blue and orange-clad Knicks fans. And that was one of the storylines coming into this series, which starts tonight. Josh Hart was asked if he expects to see the Knicks fans show out in Philly like they did 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I expect it to be similar because Knicks fans travel. They're probably the best team or the best fans in the NBA in terms of traveling and going to games and doing those kind of things. Probably because it might be cheaper to do that than to go to the Garden. But, that's our fans, man. They love New York Knicks basketball. They're passionate about it, and we love it because we need them to come out and support. Obviously, home games are, most importantly on the road. So it's nice that that's hour 45 drive.
Mentioned earlier, the Knicks are going with their regular starters as they have all playoffs long. For Philadelphia, it will be Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe starting in the backcourt. Up front, Paul George, Kelly Oubre, and of course, Joel Embiid. Saturday night, Philly beat Boston 109-100 in Game 7. to complete their comeback from 3 games to 1 down. Joel Embiid had 34 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, and a block shot in the win. And in the aftermath of clinching that series and advancing to round 2, Embiid had this to say.
New York played them a couple years ago. Good series. Ended up in 6. I had a lot going on at that time, so hopefully everything is good this time. So it's going to be exciting. We got a much PG, much better team than we had at that time. So it's going to be a fun series. The Garden, I just have a message for our fans. Last time we played the Knicks, it felt like this was Madison Square Garden East. So we're going to need the support. Don't sell your tickets. This is bigger than you. We need you guys. The atmosphere that we've had the last couple of games in Philly, especially the last one, pushing it to Game 7. I mean, we need all of it. I don't care if it's 70-30. It's Knicks fans. They travel. They're going to buy the tickets, and there's going to be, some people that need the money and that, probably going to sell tickets. But don't do it. We need you guys. We got a pretty good chance. We're going to need that support. We're going to need them to be extremely loud. And if you need money, I got you.
So the 76ers organization going through great lengths to try to keep Knicks fans from buying tickets to games 3 and 4 and potentially game number 6, not allowing fans with zip codes outside the Philadelphia area to purchase tickets, something that Josh Hart was asked about yesterday.
Good thing about New York is, man, they're persistent. They don't care, bro. They're going to do it, man, and, a lot of people, for a lot of people, money, everything revolves around money. So, if they can get a good price for those tickets, they're going to sell them. And New Yorkers, like I said, man, they're passionate about the Knicks, and, they're going to come out and show love.
Now, to our listeners looking for tonight's Mets-Rockies matchup, that game can currently be heard on 10:50 a.m., and we thank ESPN New York's partners with the Mets for allowing us to broadcast Knicks playoff basketball on 880 for the remainder of the postseason. Now, again, one of the other big storylines of this series is the fact that the 76ers are here at all. They had to go through the play-in tournament where they won over Orlando to clinch the 7th seed, but they started the playoffs without Joel Embiid because he was still recovering from an appendectomy. Embiid finally returned to the Boston series for game number 4, and it was a lopsided loss for Philadelphia, so they fell behind 3 games to 1. But then Embiid, after that lengthy layoff, started to find his rhythm again. Philly staved off elimination in Game 5 in Boston, and then they won Game 6 back at home with a late surge, and that set up Game number 7 on Saturday night, once again in Boston, where they got off to a good start, built a big lead, and held on to win 109-100. So it was an emotional series, a draining series for them, and they've only had 1 day off since winning Game 7. So Nick Nurse, when he met with the media a short time ago, was asked how his team can refresh after that emotional Game 7.
First of all, it seemed like a really long 2 days. I really did. I got on the bus. I said, man, I was like, this is the longest 2 days of my life. But second of all, I always said, even when I was coaching in the minors, that when your team's winning and you just want the game, you keep the games coming. You don't want any space between them. Just keep them coming. Let's get to the next one.
Time now for this date in Knicks history. We go back 56 years ago, May 4th, the magical year of 1970, when the Knicks overcame a 13-point halftime deficit without the services of Willis Reed. The Knicks captain had suffered a thigh injury 8 minutes into the game, and the Knicks pulled off a dramatic 107-100 win over the Lakers in Game 5 of the NBA Finals to take a 3-2 series lead. The Knicks trailed 25-15 when Reed left with 3:56 to play in the opening quarter, and by 13 they were down at the break, but they outscored the Lakers 67-47 in the second half and 32-18 in the fourth quarter, led of course by Walt Clyde Frazier, who had 21 points, 12 assists, and 7 rebounds, and Cazzie Russell added 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. That was May 4th, 1970, 56 years ago today. The Knicks have taken the floor for their pregame warm-ups as we continue to count down to tip-off of game number 1 of the second-round series between the Knicks and the 76ers. When we come back, I'll be joined by Monica McNutt, who will set the stage for the series and for tonight's game number 1. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit Dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Wild Turkey Bourbon master distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
And welcome back to New York Knicks game night. We are at Madison Square Garden getting set for game one of the second round series between the Knicks and the 76ers. And I am now joined by Monica McNutt, who will be on the call tonight with Tyler Murray. Feels like a while since we've spoken, since the end of that annihilation in Atlanta on Thursday night. You ready for round two?
Okay, question before we jump all the way to round two.
I'm ready.
Where were you when you realized that score was out of hand, or what was the score?
The number that keeps sticking in my head was 72-22.
See, mine was 101-40.
Oh, God. Yeah, that was the biggest one, 61-point lead.
Are we living in, is this real life?
That's amazing. Even 4 days later.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we turn the page. Obviously, the Knicks are looking to do that tonight, and on we go. 76ers in town. First off, on the series, obviously two franchises familiar with each other, a playoff battle just 2 seasons ago, but what are kind of your overall thoughts or overall themes of this series?
I think a 7 seed dismisses how good this team is. I think that the Knicks, though, similar to what we saw a season ago when they had to go through Detroit, took less time, although both were statistically 6 games. I think the Knicks got their wake-up call, let's roll, we're officially in playoff basketball moment. So I actually think the Knicks are trending upward, as are the Philadelphia 76ers. Bear in mind that during the regular season, we only got 23 games of Joel Embiid, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey. And so that certainly changes the way that you prepare for this team here in the postseason. But I think both of these teams are trending upward, and so we should be in for some really good basketball, not like the godforsaken finish to some of these other series, Pat, where literally the basketball making was on a lifeline.
Oh, my goodness, yes. Hopefully that's not the case here tonight, especially from the Knicks' perspective. Now, you mentioned the 76ers are healthy, and when they have Embiid, when they have Maxey and their full team, as the Celtics just found out, they are a very difficult team. So how do you go about stopping them, especially with the two headliners, the all-star guard and the former MVP?
Well, I've been challenging people with the word stop, because you're not going to do that. Like, you got to contain, and how do you put yourself in the best position to also do what you need to do offensively without allowing it to be a field day on the offensive side for the Sixers. And I think, one, you got to play physical, which I think the Knicks are poised to do, particularly when you look at the availability of Mitchell Robinson, who everything you've done during the course of the regular season was to get him healthy to this moment. And we all remember Game 3 2 years ago when he suddenly is not available for the remainder of the series after a questionable tug by one Joel Embiid. Anywho, he's available. When I look at Paul George, I think he and OG Anunoby is going to be a really fun matchup. Tyrese Maxey is the one, to me, that is probably the biggest conundrum for the Knicks because of his speed, right? Straight up point guard to point guard, he would win versus Jalen Brunson, while Jalen Brunson does have better speed, or not speed, strength rather, and maybe you could argue footwork at a different pace. Maxey, though, is a team guard, as is Joel Embiid to a degree. And Mike Brown said that pregame where, yes, there's one guy in front of them, but all 5 sets of eyeballs need to be aware of what they're doing on the floor. And so I think for the Knicks, a lot of this is going to be about their shot selection and the pace that they play with so that their choices are not giving life to what the Sixers want to do, especially behind the speed of Maxey and Edgecombe.
All right, Monica, history would suggest how important Game 1s are for the Knicks to have success in postseason series. So it's now time for your keys to Game 1, presented by Princeton Jeep.
All right, so one thing that the Knicks have continued to do in this postseason, they still have the second-rated offense. And so I'm going to tie all that together to go back to the deliberate pace that we saw to close out the Atlanta Hawks series. I'm not saying that the Knicks will not have opportunities to run and take advantage of it, but I think you've got to make guys that want to play fast sit down and defend. And that applies, in this case, not just to the speedy backcourt, if you will, but also Joel Embiid. What is that leg, ankle, hip, contusion, whatever he fell over in the floor with Game 7, how is that? So test it, and not necessarily by putting Karl-Anthony Towns in a position where he has to go just one-on-one. If he has opportunities, fine. But as a collective, execute your offense so that the Sixers have to defend multiple actions and not just iso ball. The second key to me is going to continue to be rebounding. That's an advantage that the Knicks have over most of their opponents when you look at it during the course of the season. Number 1 in defensive rebounding in this postseason, so rebounding. And then I think, Pat, this probably is a key that is not just limited to a Knicks-Sixers series, but I think as we watch across the league, three-point shooting in the postseason is just not a given in terms of what teams typically do during the regular season, that it will translate. So the last key for me is going to be three-point shooting. I mean, we even just were able to witness that in the first series for the Knicks. When they allowed the Hawks to shoot lights out, that was one of those games that they lost, and when they shot the ball terribly, it was hard for them to come up with wins. So offensive rating in terms of pace, deliberate, get to your second and third actions, make the Sixers defend. Rebound the basketball, that's a strength, continue that. And then the last one, for me, what did I just say last
Three-point shooting.
The three-point shooting. I'm like, wait a minute, I had a great point. My brain. It's been a long day, y'all. Y'all know how these playoff days go. Three-point shooting is my last key.
All right, Monica, just getting started, too. Have a great call.
There we go. Thanks, Pat.
That was your keys to the game presented by Princeton Jeep. Visit them at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey. For the best deals or offers, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com to see all the fantastic vehicles in stock and tell them Rick Brunson sent you. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
And that'll do it for New York Knicks game night. Coming up next, it is Game 1, Round 2 between the Knicks and the Philadelphia 76ers. Tyler Murray and Monica McNutt have the call, and I will be back with you at halftime, joined by Alan Hahn. Enjoy the game, everyone. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York, and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This has been Amazon Hub Delivery New York Knicks game night. New York Knicks basketball is coming right up.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Calandra stayed at the counter. At Calandra's Bakery, they stick to the basics. Real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Calandra's bread is all natural with 0 preservatives, just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Calandra's Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month. And unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
The Knicks beat the Hawks 140-89 and win this first-round series in 6.
New York Knicks basketball is on the air.
When you're talking about where we are right now, every team's a really good team, if not a great team. And sometimes what separates this team from that team is who truly believes more.
The New York Knicks. Are you ready?
You got to control what you can control. Focus on one day at a time and focus on the task at hand.
Knicks basketball starts right now. Live from Madison Square Garden for the Eastern Conference semifinals, the Knicks, the 76ers. It's game 1. Now here's Monica McNutt, and with the play-by-play, here's Tyler Murray on the MSG Radio Network.
Monday night at the Mecca. And may the 4th be with you as we begin a second-round series, the Eastern Conference semifinals between the New York Knicks and the Philadelphia 76ers. This is going to be a good one. It truly feels like a coin flip series. Knicks will be slight favorites, but in the postseason, do or do not, there is no try. As the 3rd seed Knicks take on the 7th seed Philadelphia 76ers, with Philly's historic 3-1 come-from-behind series win, handing Boston its 3rd disastrous playoff exit in the last 4 years. Home court has flipped to New York's favor. They will host Game 1 tonight, Game 2 on Wednesday, and then every other day we continue to Game 3 and 4 in Philadelphia. And for the second time in the past 3 years, it is Knicks and Sixers in the Eastern Conference playoffs. So glad you're with us, everybody. Alongside Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. We've got Pat O'Keefe, of course, on pre and post. Ray Santiago, our producer. Gary Jeffrey is our engineer. And Doug Mittler is our statistician. A lot of folks picking the Knicks to now come out of the Eastern Conference, with the Celtics eliminated and Detroit barely getting past Orlando, having to come back from 3-1 down against the Magic. Jalen Brunson was asked about this. He said, quote, "I haven't heard it, and I do not care." Monica McNutt, let's talk big picture with the Knicks. Of course, one game at a time, but since we last talked, the Knicks won Game 6 by a lot. They've seen a lot of other things happen across the Eastern Conference. Where are you right now with the big picture outlook for the Knicks and what a Game 1 win tonight could mean in the short and the long term?
I'm encouraged, but I also think it's worth noting that the Celtics did have a 3-1 lead versus the Sixers. And I'm not saying that to throw salt on the Celtics. I'm just saying that the mind of Nick Nurse, who has won a championship in this league with basically a different team than he had most of the regular season in terms of having the firepower of Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Paul George all together. Like, I think they are willing to take bigger swings and bigger lessons if they think they can go into another game and apply those things and even up the series. So, yes, the Knicks need to start out well. I think they need to get this win here. I think that this team has matured enough to understand this moment, and we obviously know what happened last year in terms of Game 1 pain. But I think this is going to be a long one, Tyler, and I mean that respectively of both of these teams continue to get better through this postseason.
Normally I'd say never tell me the odds, but if you check out the experts in Vegas, the Knicks are about a 2-1 favorite in this series, so they are favored. However, each of the last 3 seasons, they've been upended by a lower seed. But they've gone through the battles. They've had the disappointments. And the way they played the last 3 games against the Hawks, you can tell they know it's now or never.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. Welcome to Game 1 of the 2026 NBA Eastern Conference semifinals, presented by Chase Freedom. Tonight's matchup features the Philadelphia 76ers and your New York Knicks. And now, if you are able, please rise and remove your caps. Here to present our nation's colors, please welcome the Fire Department of New York. And now, here to perform the Star Spangled Banner, please welcome Grammy-nominated singer, songwriter, and actor, known for his work on Broadway as the Scarecrow and the Wiz, Avery Wilson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Avery Wilson.
Wonderfully done once again by Avery Wilson. We are set for Knicks basketball. And they're the only team in the NBA to win a playoff series each of the last 4 years. And they were the only team in the Eastern Conference this year to wrap up their first round series in 6 games. Everybody else took 7, so the Knicks felt like they ran the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. Let's get you the officiating crew, brought to you by Dime Community Bank. It is a Scott Foster-led crew with Courtney Kirkland and Kevin Cutler assisting. Those are the officials, brought to you by Dime Community Bank. Dime Community Bank's new branch is now open at Madison and 37th Street, right in the heart of Manhattan. Visit dime.com to learn more. Dime, we've got your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Plenty of familiar names in these starting lineups. First for the visiting Philadelphia 76ers, who had a regular season record of 45-37. And they are as healthy as they could possibly hope to be, especially with Paul George coming back from a 25-game suspension for violating the league's substance abuse policy, and Joel Embiid having played just 38 games during the regular season because of a long-term knee injury and an emergency appendectomy that cost him the first 2 games of that first-round series against Boston. But it all starts with the head of the snake with Philly. It's Tyrese Maxey. You have to give him strong consideration as a top 10 player in the NBA at this point. He might be a top 1 toughest cover in the Eastern Conference in terms of backcourt players. Averaged 28 points a game this year, 5th in the NBA. And his 6th year of Kentucky has been his best. First time as an all-star starter. And in the 4 games against New York this year, Maxey had 30 points in 3 of them. He rose to the challenge of Game 7 in Boston on Saturday. 30 points, 11 rebounds, and with everybody else bricking 3-pointers down the stretch, he took 2 driving layups to the cup, got them both to go, turned a 1-point lead into a 5-point lead at TD Garden, and that would be as close as it ever got for the Celtics. So Maxey has to be slowed down, not stopped, as Monica has reminded us, if the Knicks want to win this series. At the 2 guard is the player who finished 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting, but the only one still playing, VJ Edgecombe, rookie out of Baylor. He's not going to turn 21 years old until July. He played like he was 31 on Saturday. 5 3-pointers in Game 7, 23 points. And this is maybe not the tell-all stat, but it tells a lot. In the 4 wins in that first-round series for the Sixers, Edgecombe shot 15 of 33 from downtown. Against the Celtics in the 3 losses, he was 0 of 16. So for the whole playoffs, he's at 31%. On the wings, you've got 2 long, strong, defensive-minded, at times, wings. You've got Paul George and Kelly Oubre. George did not have a good regular season against the Knicks, but man, has he been reborn in many ways during this playoff run. 55% from 3. And he's gotten a lot of credit for slowing down Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown in that first-round series. Kelly Oubre, on the other hand, strong defense. We saw it 2 years ago when the Knicks outlasted the Sixers in 6 games in the first round. He was matched up with Jalen Brunson most of the series. But his three-point shot has faltered over the last couple of years. And in that first-round series, he was just 4 of 25 from 3. And we'll see who the Knicks guard Kelly Oubre with. Some folks think it might be Jalen Brunson, but it's one of the many fascinating things about this series, and it'll certainly shift as the series goes along. Who defends who? We'll let you know off the opening tip. In the middle, you already know it's Joel Embiid. 4 games in round 1. He averaged 28 points, 9 rebounds, and how about 7 assists, doing his best, dare I say, Karl Anthony Towns impersonation as point center at the top of the key. Embiid, maybe his only weakness besides fatigue and just staying on the court, well, this postseason's been three-point shooting, just 3 out of 20 from beyond the arc, but he had 34 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists in the Game 7 win on Saturday. Same starting 5 as always for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson will run the point. Some said it was a down series for him against Atlanta. He still scored 26 points a game and dished out 6 assists a night. He had 4 consecutive 39-plus point games the last time he played Philly in the postseason. Mikal Bridges coming off a 24-point effort in Game 6. OG Anunoby on the wing, his best playoff series ever by a mile. 22 points a night, 9 rebounds a game, and he shot 57% from three-point land. Josh Hart, elite defense on Jalen Johnson and then C.J. McCollum. Who will he guard to begin this series? You're going to find out in a couple of seconds. And then Karl Anthony Towns had no playoff triple-doubles his first 10 seasons. He's had 2 of them in his last 3 games. The Towns and Embiid matchup is must-listen radio as we bring you Game 1 of Round 2 here in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Scott Foster tips it up, and Towns will whack it, but from the far sideline, a whistle blows, and Courtney Kirkland wants them to do it again. Joel Embiid is complaining to the official before we've actually really begun the game. Knicks in white with New York on the front in orange. Sixers in blue. It says P-H-I-L-A in white on the front. And before the first second is ticked off the clock, the fans are chanting rudely at Joel Embiid. And on the retip, the big fella from Cameroon wins it. And it's Paul George to bring it across midcourt. He's guarded by Anunoby. Towns on Embiid. Bridges on Maxey, who drives to the foul line. Kicks it to the right wing for Embiid. That switches Towns on to Maxey. Now back to Embiid at the foul line. Spins on Bridges. Finds Maxey left wing. He'll catch and drive. Back up top, Embiid. Dropped it near midcourt. Shot clock expiring. He'll throw it toward the rim. And it's Maxey crashing in for it. He got a piece of it. And they're going to say basket interference, I think, on Tyrese Maxey. And one of the ugliest opening possessions you could possibly imagine. It was forced by the Knicks.
Well, pregame, Nick Nurse said that he is of the mindset to let a team that's winning keep playing. So the Sixers obviously coming off of a, I won't say shocking, but I think NBA surprising upset victory over the Boston Celtics. They roll right into this one, having closed up that series on Saturday afternoon.
Shot clock's going to go to 14. Philadelphia will retain possession.
Oh, no.
So the ball hit the rim. The referees initially said it didn't, and the shot clock was about to expire, but eventually they got that right. The half-court toss from Embiid hit the front rim, and then Maxey got it, and then they blew the whistle inadvertently. On the other end, Joel Embiid is on his back because Anunoby was fighting through an off-ball screen on the right side and pushed Embiid down. So the first foul of the series is drawn by Embiid, and the Knicks will have to get used to that.
And that is exactly what Jaylen Brown was ranting about on the internet, folks.
Oh, I can't believe you brought it up first.
Well, that's it. That's the play.
Paul George, right side baseline, crossover, spin, and Anunoby 6 with him, and a long two-pointer for George is off the back rim, tipped around and out of bounds off of VJ Edgecombe, and the Knicks will finally get their first offensive possession. No score yet. Brunson across midcourt, Edgecombe on him, Hart defended by Oubre. Anunoby and George matched up. Maxey's on Bridges, and it's the 2 big men squaring off on the left side elbow. Towns looking to get free from Embiid, but he can't, so Hart will take it to the rim where he's blocked by Oubre. Loose ball comes to Maxey, ahead to George on the right wing. No score, 1 minute gone by in round 2. George in the right corner, not taking an off-the-dribble shot this time. Anunoby not letting him get free. Maxey splits a double team right side. Fumbled the ball on his way to the cup, and it comes loose to Hart. Hart to the far corner. Bridges catch and drive baseline, and a two-hand stuff from Mikal Bridges is the first basket of the Eastern Conference semifinals.
All right, so what works for that, though, is Josh Hart cleans up a defensive rebound and goes ahead and pushes, doesn't wait for Jalen Brunson, which I think is important. But you saw in that possession, when Tyrese Maxey gets loose, the entire team has to be attentive.
B.J. Edgecombe, a crowd silencing sidestep baseline jumper for two from the far side, and it's 2-2. Josh Hart at the center court logo, passes right to Jalen Brunson. They're putting the 20-year-old rookie, B.J. Edgecombe, defensively on Brunson. Left corner, Hart. Marked by Maxey, 5 to shoot. Hart looking around, slip pass for cutting Bridges was kicked out of the paint by Maxey, so 14 back on the shot clock.
So this was an interesting tactic. I'm curious to see if this is going to hold. But Tyrese Maxey was originally guarding Jalen Brunson until he cut through and went under the rim, at which point Maxey stayed with Hart in the corner, and Oubre took the assignment of Brunson.
They've got 5 good to great defenders on the floor. I guess Maxey's probably the weak point, but he's a freak athlete. Brunson driving on Edgecombe, steps back, right elbow. Jumper is good. Nothing but net for Jalen Brunson. It's 4-2 New York.
When Jalen Brunson with that low center of gravity, even the best defenders, you got to get into your stance and slide, but he's obviously at the advantage when he stops on a dime.
Edgecombe's a freak athlete, 6'5". He's not the longest defender Brunson's had to deal with as Towns and Embiid get tangled up underneath, and they're going to call a foul on Towns. That is a major factor in this series, so it's only his first, but 9:38 to go in the opening quarter. They'll have to be especially careful against Embiid now. Yeah, Towns was grabbing him around the midsection, and
I was about to say, Joel Embiid has flopped into 2 calls, but that last one, Cat, you can't grab his jersey, bro.
And then Towns able to strip him out of bounds on the far side mid-range. It'll stay with Philly, but a right baseline inbound coming with 9 to shoot. 9:34 remaining in this first quarter. It is Maxey to inbound. The Sixer team was down 13 in the third quarter of Game 5, trailing in that series 3-1, but they came back to win the game, and then the series handing Boston its first 3-1 choke job in franchise history. Towns stripping Embiid at the free throw line on a pull-up jumper, and then Hart got clocked on the break by Edgecombe. Now there was help defense under the rim from Embiid, so I don't think that's going to be a take foul or a clear path, but he got hit hard on the break by Embiid. In fact, is going to get hit with that foul. 9:24 to go in the first. It's 4-2 Knicks.
I just don't understand this at all. Like, just from a respect of the brotherhood and all that all of these athletes put into the game to be healthy. Like, why, dude?
Inbound comes to Towns. Knicks ball from right to left. Towns will take a straight on 3 and connects. Karl Anthony Towns has found his three-point stroke in the postseason, and he's put New York up by 5.
I really love the poise as he made that decision. He looked for the pass first, similar to what we saw versus Atlanta, and then chose the right decision, knocking down the 3.
George can't answer on the right wing. His triple rattled out. Towns is 9 for 19 from 3 in the playoffs, so catching on the left side wing. Bumped by George, no call. Looking around toward the corner. Still has it in his right hand. And he got hip checked by Oubre as Brunson was cutting left baseline. Ball came free out of bounds, but no call is made, so a turnover from Towns.
I know that it will be tempting for the Knicks to play along in this flopping game, but I really hope they resist the urge to do so.
8:45 to go in the first quarter. Embiid double team far side mid-range, swinging around to George, straight on 3. Got it. He shot 55% from three-point range in round 1, and Paul George has made it a 2-point game. Towns up top. One dribble. Watched by Embiid. They both got one foul now. Right wing Bridges. Back to Towns. Up top. Hands to Bridges. Sets a screen on the right. Matched up with Embiid now. Right side elbow. Backs up toward the wing. Kicks it far corner. Hart. 3 in the air. In and out. Right in front of that Knick bench. Josh Hart has said he'll probably have more clean catch and shoot looks in this series as opposed to the off the dribble tries he had against Atlanta when he was 5 of 23. Edgecombe right corner on the near side will take a 3 over Anunoby and drills it. So VJ Edgecombe gives Philly their first lead, and this is a key stat for the Sixers. He hit at least one three-pointer in all 4 of their wins last round. He went over in their 3 losses. 8-7, 76ers. Towns up top, holds the ball high with his right hand. Will get it to Hart on the right wing. 4 to shoot. Hart up top, slip pass underneath to Bridges, batted around to the far sideline, catches in the corner, and front rim to Heave at the end of the shot clock.
If he had caught that ball cleanly, he would have had a layup on the right side.
7.5 to go in the first quarter. Maxey and Embiid pick and roll. We'll see a lot of that. Embiid right elbow. Couple of pump fakes. Takes the mid-range jumper and back rimmed it. Rebound Anunoby. Hart streaking ahead to the foul line. 2 steps toward the rim and a right-hand layup missed over Embiid, and then a hard fall from Towns, who went crashing in for the offensive rebound. He is shaken up in a lot of pain underneath that left side basket. Did not see exactly how he lost his footing, but he is down in a heap in a lot of pain here. It looked like Kelly Oubre clipped his left leg. The foul was called on Oubre, drawn by Towns, and they're going to review this. Towns was in midair, went down hard, and he's back up on his feet now. I wonder if he hit his head or landed hard on his hip. We've seen that happen before with Towns. But with 7:14 to go in the first quarter, we've got a timeout on the floor, and we will take it as well. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. Philadelphia 8, Knicks 7. On a 6-0 run, the Sixers have taken a 1-point lead with 7:14 to go in this first quarter. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Attention Knicks fans, looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com, saving lives drip by drip.
Orgavadazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Hoops fans, let's clear the glass. Citywide window cleaning. 3rd generation, 50-plus years serving Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Hoboken, and Jersey City. Commercial or residential, we go full court with private home cleanings, empty apartment turnarounds, and monthly amenity spaces. Property managers, resident managers, private tenants, book annual or bi-yearly cleanings. We treat your windows like our own. No job too big or small. Get a quote at cwwindow.com. Citywide, see the city like it's courtside.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Sixers 8, Knicks 7. 7:14 to go in this first quarter. Karl Anthony Towns was shaken up after a hard fall. He drew a loose ball foul on Kelly Oubre, so it'll be Knicks ball when we come out of this timeout. And Towns still on the bench. Looks like he's going to stay in the game. Has not gone down to the locker room or didn't receive a ton of treatment that we could see. Become an Amazon Hub partner and earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Learn more about Amazon Hub Delivery and get started at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. Knicks were off to a 7-2 start on a 3-pointer from Karl Anthony Towns, but since then, a 6-0 run from the Sixers to take a 1-point lead.
This is going to be a back-and-forth game affair, I think, tonight. Although I would be curious where the Sixers' energy levels are coming off of the 7-game series. But certainly in the grand scheme of things, I expect this one to have a nice ebb and flow between two teams that I think are improving through this postseason.
Yep, the Knicks reward for closing out the Hawks in 6, even after trailing 2-1. They got 3 days off. They got to kick back and watch all the other Eastern Conference teams play Game 7. So the Sixers just 1 day of rest. Easy enough travel, though, getting to New York. from either Boston or Philly. Knicks ball from right to left. Brunson left wing pump fake. Drives on Edgecombe. And a floater from the left side. Block is good, plus a foul. Jalen Brunson winning the battle with a rookie VJ Edgecombe early on. It's 9-8 New York with a free throw on the way.
Really, really great take there. Paint points were an area where the Knicks were able to be so dominant versus Atlanta. Obviously with Joel Embiid out there, and for that matter, Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe, their ability to get to the rim. I don't know if the margin will be as wide in that category, but I do think it is an area where the Knicks still have an advantage.
Brunson gets the free throw, 2-point New York lead. 5 minutes gone by in the opening game. Remember, Brunson in the opener against Atlanta had a 19-point first quarter as they took a 1-0 series lead, but went on a bit of a slump for the next couple of games. Embiid, far side block, spins on Towns, and he reached in. That's a foul. Embiid threw the ball up. That's going to be 2 free throws for Embiid, but more importantly, 2 fouls for Towns with 6:55 to go in the first quarter.
Towns is just... What's unfortunate is that if he had timed that one up to put his hand on the ball, I think he probably would have gotten all ball on that.
The thing is, he stripped him clean a few times earlier, but he was playing with 2 fouls at that point, so in a way he was playing with fire. Joel Embiid, 31 of 37 from the free throw line in the Boston series. 2 years ago, in the first round against the Knicks, he took 13 free throws a game. That was a big reason why he averaged 33 points in the series. He gets the first foul shot to make it a 1-point game. And here comes Mitchell Robinson in for Towns. Perhaps you'll remember the 3-point Knick win back in January when Embiid went off for 38 points. He had 28 at halftime, 10 in the fourth quarter. So what happened in the third? Towns picked up an early 4th foul, and Mitchell Robinson had to cover Embiid almost the entire third quarter, and he did not score a single point. This is not January basketball. This is round 2 of the Eastern Conference playoffs, but Robinson at least has to have some confidence against Embiid, who just tied the game with 2 free throws. Brunson right wing, 3 off the dribble. Around and out. He was covered by Oubre on that possession.
The chess game, though, is for all that you gain in terms of Mitchell Robinson defensively, you take a big loss on the offensive side of the basketball because Robinson is not the hub that Towns is.
Paul George drains a 3 off the dribble, top of the key. Robinson was contesting off of a screen from Embiid. 13-10 Sixers, their largest lead. 6.5 to go in the first quarter. Robinson and Brunson pick and roll. Brunson to the foul line. Alley-oop. Tough catch and a strong finish on the left side from Mitchell Robinson. It's 13-12.
While he's not a hub, he certainly can do that, and it has proven very effective in this postseason.
Maxey driving kick, far corner George. Extra pass, Edgecombe left wing 3. In and out, rebound Hart. Knicks ball down 1 halfway through this first quarter. From right to left they go in the white and orange jerseys. Sixers in blue, white, and red. Brunson, foul line, looking around, pulls up for a wide open jumper and sinks it. He is getting rid of VJ Edgecombe on the defensive end with relative ease. He's 3 of 4 from the field. Knicks back up 1, it's 14-13. Robinson defending Embiid, far side angle, jab step right from Embiid. He says he wants to go one-on-one. He'll dribble toward the dotted line, bounce pass to a baseline cutter. Brunson caught napping. Oubre wide open for a jam and a 1-point lead.
Now remember, Embiid, along with that 32 and 12, he did have 6 assists in that closeout game, so he is willing to be hub-like.
Brunson dotted line all the way to the cup. Left-hand layup is good. He took Oubre to the basket that time for a 1-point lead.
Great call by you to bring back the memories of Game 1 versus Atlanta, because there is a similar level of focus here from Jalen Brunson in terms of setting the tone early in this one.
9 points on 4 of 5 shooting. Maxey up top, passes left for Embiid. Far side mid-range. Maybe got away with a travel. Pump fake on Robinson. He didn't bite too bad. Step back, pump fake again. Throws his body at Robinson. Gets a shot up off the backboard, and they will call a foul on Robinson. Thought that shot might go down, but just 2 free throws for Embiid. 16-15 Knicks. Mikal Bridges went over to talk with Mitchell Robinson. I don't know, Monica. That's a couple of pump fakes that Robinson went for.
I thought it was sound. I thought it was really sound. And even on that last one, he's not a full-out jump. It's enough of a movement forward that he creates illegal contact. But I think Mitchell Robinson is doing a terrific job on Joel Embiid. This is just the Joel Embiid conundrum.
I think Robinson knows he's tall enough where he can just keep his hands in the air, and Embiid's not going to be able to shoot cleanly over him as Embiid ties the game with yet another free throw. He's had 3 of them, and that's where all of his points have come from. We will have a rare substitution for the Sixers. They play 6.5 guys as Quentin Grimes comes in and Kelly Oubre is out. The Knicks will get the wing stop duo a break. Clarkson and McBride will come in. So 3 bench players, including Robinson, will share the court with Brunson and Hart. 5 minutes left, first quarter. Embiid gets another. And it's 17-16 Sixers. Brunson and the Knicks from right to left. New York has made each of their last 3 shots, most of them from Jalen Brunson. He's at the top of the key. Screen on the left from Robinson to get away from George. Pick and roll. Left elbow pump fake. George not biting. Back up top to McBride. Left wing. Step back. Now he dribbles in around Grimes. Got fouled on the wave off the layup. No continuation. And a couple of former teammates dueling there. McBride and Grimes. There was one point in their careers they were fighting for playing time. And now they're fighting for a trip to the Eastern Conference Finals. It's just the 4th foul on the Sixers in the quarter. So a near sideline inbound coming from Jalen Brunson.
So with Grimes on the floor, I'll be curious to see who else in his rotation Nick Nurse is willing to go to versus these New York Knicks.
Brunson up top, driving on George, right elbow, step back, he'll launch a jumper and connects. He has found the 2-point shot. He's 5 of 6 from the field overall. Last 4 games against Atlanta, he was at 60% inside the arc. Knicks by 1. Embiid up top, hands to Maxey, sets a screen to get away from McBride. Foul line, McBride on his hip. Back up top for Embiid, pump fake. This time Robinson does not flinch. Crossover Embiid, between the legs now, long. Step back 2 from the left elbow is perfect. They'll accept tough shots like that from Embiid. A good defense from Robinson. It's 19-18 Philly.
Good tandem defense actually from McBride and Robinson working over that 2-man game.
Brunson buries a 3 off the right wing. He's got the last 9 Knick points. And it's his first 3-pointer to give the Knicks a 2-point lead.
Yeah, I'd imagine we should keep an eye out for some blitzes coming toward him in the second quarter.
The Edgecombe experiment did not work on defense. Embiid, far side mid-range, pump fake, kick out, got it back to him on the repost. Far side mid-range again, pull-up jumper's a brick, hard off the backboard into the hands of Brunson. Knicks ball from right to left, up by 2, 3.5 to go in the first quarter.
Got Quentin Grimes, new defensive assignment.
Pick and roll with Robinson. Working on Grimes' former teammate. Kicks his far corner. McBride hits a 3. Over Tyrese Maxey in front of the Knick bench. Timeout Nick Nurse. It's 24-19 Knicks. And the Garden has officially erupted here in Game 1.
Deuce McBride didn't see a ton of time in the previous series versus Atlanta. He averaged about 6 points in that one. Shot 32% from the field, but 42% on threes in that one. I actually think that he's probably one of the Knicks' bigger X factors. It's a tandem between Mitchell Robinson and Deuce McBride, who we've watched in this last 2.5-minute stretch together make an impact in this ballgame.
Knicks have made each of their last 6 shots, quite a few of them from Jalen Brunson. He's pulling the Oprah right now with the Sixers defense. You get a bucket.
Hello?
You get a bucket.
Plenty to share.
6 of 7 from the field, 14 points, and 2 assists, which is also the game high. Playoff Brunson, just like he did in Game 1 against Atlanta, he has shown up right on time. 24-19, Knicks in front. 3:19 to go in this first quarter of Game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian delivers personalized spine care for every stage of your journey. From physical therapists to surgeons, our expert team works together to provide you with complete back and neck care, from diagnosis to treatment and recovery. With 15 locations across New York City and Westchester, get the expert spine care you need at Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ HSQ in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
First quarter, first game, second round, 3:19 to go. It is a 24-19 New York lead behind 14 points from Jalen Brunson. And it's interesting, Monica, because in the first round series from 2 years ago that we're going to bring up a lot, at least for this first game.
Just bear with us, folks.
Brunson did not have a strong start. He had 22 points in game 1, 24 points in game 2, and the Knicks still won those games. Then over the final 4 games, here are his point totals against Philly. 39, 47, 40, and then 43 in the clincher, and he had double-digit assists in 3 of those games. If he's going to produce like that right from the jump, the Knicks are in a good position. They'll come out of the timeout with Brunson, McBride, Clarkson, Anunoby back in, and Mitchell Robinson still out there with 2 fouls on Towns. Maxey from left to right, pressured by McBride, passes to the right wing for Paul George. He's knocked down a couple of threes already. Screen from Embiid up top. He'll drive on Robinson, left elbow, felt the contact, goes up a bad shot, no call. Rebound collected by Clarkson. That's his first defensive rebound.
They're trying to foul
of the
Mitchell
playoffs.
Robinson. Good gracious.
They are indeed fouling Mitchell Robinson with seldom used Philadelphia native Justin Edwards, who played sparingly in that first round series.
And now, to be honest, before that, immediately off of the defensive rebound, because I was about to get mad because I thought Joel Embiid was being dirty, then it clicked that he was trying to foul Mitchell Robinson immediately. I think he withdrew because, to your point, you got Justin Edwards out there. There's no reason for Embiid to pick up fouls. But this is going to be a really interesting test because the Knicks can't go back to Karl-Anthony Towns with 2 fouls right now.
Robinson 5 of 13 in the playoffs, 5 of 14 now. That one's off the right side rim. And once you get under 2 minutes, you can't intentionally foul someone away from the play. You get 1 free throw in possession. So this is perfect timing for Nick Nurse to use his hack-a-Mitch strategy.
If Mitchell Robinson goes 50% from the free throw line in a game, I'll take it.
I think most Knicks fans would agree. That one rattled out. Softer touch that time, but it popped free into the hands of George. 24-19. Knicks lead the Sixers. 2:49 remaining in this first quarter.
Ooh, nice
long 3. Quentin Grimes missed it short from the far side wing. Rebound Robinson. They're looking at him. Edwards wrapped him up at midcourt, and he'll get right back to the free throw line. Now, Mike Brown's complaining about something. Were they also just trying to grab Jalen Brunson to prevent him from doing anything before the foul was drawn on Robinson? Let's see. Either way, Robinson's at the free throw line for 2, and Edwards fouled him again. That may be his primary role in this series. At the basket to our left, Robinson will get 2 more. But Nick Nurse, who just knocked out Joe Mazzulla, is taking a page out of his book. First foul shot for Robinson, just off the front rim. Hit every part of the cup before dropping loose from front iron.
I really thought he would get the next one that he took.
So the options for the Knicks, if they do not want Robinson to keep shooting free throws, you can bring in Towns with 2 fouls, as you said, Monica, correctly, I think. That's not a great idea with Embiid and his ability to draw fouls. You can look at Ariel Hukporti, Jeremy Sohan, who have not been used hardly at all in the postseason. Or we have seen OG Anunoby prove capable of guarding Embiid. That free throw halfway down, but it popped out. Truly closer every time from Robinson, but he's 0 for 4.
Well, you got to survive this for 33 more seconds.
Maxey at midcourt, splits a double team, but he'll draw a foul. Ball came loose into the hands of Robinson, top of the key, but beforehand, a foul called on McBride, and that will send Maxey to the free throw line at the basket to our right. Rick Brunson and Mike Brown talking animatedly on the far sideline. Those two usually have discussions about who should be substituted into the game.
Jalen Brunson that time just inadvertently trips Tyrese Maxey, but there's not much to discuss there.
Okay, Ariel Hukporty coming into the game, Monica. At the basket too, all right. Tyrese Maxey hits the first free throw. And Monica, that's his first point of the game. He's going to play at least 40 minutes tonight as Robinson comes out and Hukporty comes in. Joel Embiid still in the game. And even if Ariel Hukporty plays the best game of his entire life, it is still going to be very difficult to match up with Joel Embiid the way he's playing right now. As Maxey sinks both, he's got 2 points. Sixers back within 2 with 2.5 to go, or back within 3 with 2.5 to go in the first quarter. Brunson at midcourt, guarded by Oubre. Passes left to Anunoby. Edwards gets the assignment. Screen from Hukporty, pick and roll. Anunoby straight on 3, banked it in. He might have been trying to draw a foul, but
I think he was.
That's been his postseason. Magnet on the rim for OG Anunoby. It's a 5-point Knick lead. Down the lane, right side, Oubre got to the cup, lost it clean out of bounds, and not arguing for a foul either. Knicks will take it.
Oh, no.
And on the inbound, the Knicks lose it.
Okay, so other than this turnover for the Knicks, prior to that, I think Ariel Hukporty might offer just enough chaotic energy to be disruptive. He was part of the reason that Kelly Oubre missed that point-blank layup at the rim in terms of getting back down to protect the rim out of that drop coverage. Obviously, you're right. He gives up some size to Joel Embiid, and it's a tall task to defend him, but energy impacts.
I believe they've called that a 2 for Anunoby as he leaned in, must have stepped on the line, top of the key. Now a pass to a baseline cutting Embiid leads to a foul as he caught it under the hoop, flung his body toward the right side baseline and tossed the ball in the air. The good news is that trained the clock down to 1:59, which means Mitchell Robinson is able to come into the game. That is a foul on Hukporty and 2 more free throws for Embiid. The Embiid-Maxey combo is 1 of 7 from the field, but they've combined for 8 points, 6 of them at the free throw line. At the foul line right, Embiid is pantomiming a free throw. Now Scott Foster gives him the ball so he can do it for real. So yes, a 2-pointer for OG Anunoby. That's his first shot attempt and his first make, of course. Embiid sinks the first free throw. He's 5 for 5. Hukporty coming out, and now Robinson back in. And it should be noted that Robinson only has 1 foul. And they have once again taken a look at that Anunoby shot, and it is a 3-pointer as initially thought. So 1 on the board for New York. The box score and the scoreboard here, it went back and forth from 26 to 27 points about 4 times. But the final answer is the score is 27-22 New York, 1:59 to go in the first. And Embiid adds another for Philly with his 6th free throw in 10 minutes. 27-23 Knicks. It is now Brunson, McBride, Clarkson, Anunoby, and Robinson. Knicks have made each of the last 7 shots. Brunson top of the key, crosses Oubre. Left wing, inside out, down the lane, left side. Baseline turnaround jumper short. Long rebound, Oubre hands to Maxey, who speeds ahead. Sixers from left to right, down by 4. 97 seconds to go, first quarter. Oubre in the lane, blocked at the cut by Anunoby.
What a great play by OG Anunoby. Impeccable timing, although Mitchell Robinson was on the other side of that drive.
Averaged 1 block a game against Atlanta. Now top of the key, Anunoby. Pick and slip with Robinson. Drives past Oubre all the way to the rim for a left-hand layup. Embiid was there, but didn't put a hand up, and Anunoby put it through.
Part of the hesitancy from Embiid is because you got Mitchell Robinson on the back end, and that lob threat has been something that defenses have to respect.
Maxey, bad pass, far corner. Oubre almost saved it, but he stepped on the far sideline. That's a rare turnover from Tyrese Maxey. He had just 9 in the 7 games against Boston, but the Knicks will take it up by 6. 46 assists and 9 turnovers for Maxey in the first round. Final minute, first quarter. Knicks ball up 6. Anunoby right wing, pick and roll Robinson. Edwards on his hip, foul line, pump fake. He'll pull up for 2. Got fouled, and a free throw coming up, or 2 for Anunoby as the shot missed short. But these young Sixers defenders really being asked to rise up with a thin roster. Edgecombe has not been able to handle Brunson, and Edwards there could not mark Anunoby. He'll get 2 free throws up by 6. with 50 seconds to go in the first quarter.
So I actually saw Nick Nurse reach down for Dalen Terry.
No way.
He sent him back, but that was right when the Knicks brought in Ariel Huckporty, but he didn't actually make it into the ballgame. So what I'm saying is Nick Nurse is unafraid to get creative, unconventional, call different numbers. I think that the bench matchup is really going to be something to keep an eye on through this series. I mean, Justin Edwards is not someone who has seen significant minutes in the rotation. Now, he's had a few feel-good games over the course of his career and his story, how he got to the Sixers. But, yeah, he should not be an eighth man in an NBA rotation.
2 free throws for Anunoby, largest Knick lead, up by 8. Dalen Terry, once a Knick on paper, always a Knick on paper. Flip for Yabusele, and then again with 2 second-round picks for Alvarado. Embiid from left to right. Foul line pull-up, pass out of it left wing for Grimes, who speeds past Brunson. Gets it to a cutting Embiid, who blows a point-blank layup, and it's pulled off the rim by Robinson. Fans love the miss from Embiid. 1 for 6 from the field. McBride, right elbow. Spins on Grimes, leans in, tough right-hand shot, rolls off the back rim and in from the dotted line. And the Knicks have the series' first double-digit lead, 33-23.
Great read by Deuce McBride, and it's great to see him start this series with a solid feel for the basketball. His first couple of shots have gone down.
Maxey at the near sideline, pressured by McBride. A 6-0 Knick run. Maxey down the lane left side, took a shoulder check from Robinson, then pulled up, passed out of the shot, but the Knicks are over the limit anyway. So 7.3 to go in the first quarter, and Tyrese Maxey will get his 3rd and 4th free throws. He is 0 for 1 from the field, 3 rebounds and no assists.
So both Knicks big men now with 2. Looks like the Knicks are going to play for offense in this last 7.3 in the first quarter and get Karl-Anthony Towns on the floor after these free throws.
The right side basket, Maxey connects on the first free throw.
Okay, they changed their mind. They're going Landry Shamet.
His first action of the series. And just 11 total points in the first round. The Knicks are getting to their spots and they're hitting their shots. They are 13 of 19 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3. And perhaps most importantly, many media members, even fans, have said the key to this series is finding a way to neutralize Tyrese Maxey. And I think every Knick fan would have signed up for no assists and no made field goals in the first quarter.
Yeah, maybe I'm too stuck on words in this one. I think as important as the defensive energy that Maxey and Embiid garner and the respect they are due is that the Knicks find their way on offense. And I actually think that's where they're going to have a significant advantage in this series.
Maxey able to get both free throws, so all 4 of his points have come from the stripe. 7.3 to go. Knicks by 8 first quarter. Inbound to McBride with 6. Across midcourt with 5. Left wing with 4. Poked away by George with 1. And then kicked by, I believe, McBride. Or is it Oubre?
I think they're going to Oubre.
So it's off of Oubre. 1.7 left in this quarter. Now Towns will check in. The Knicks do have it in the front court left. So they'll have, I suppose, relatively a good amount of time for a catch and shoot. Towns in, Shamet out. It will be McBride to inbound. His options are Anunoby on the block, Towns to the near elbow, Brunson top with the key, and at the right point, Jordan Clarkson. McBride's got the ball ready for the inbound. Screen from Towns frees up Brunson right wing. He'll catch it, leans in. Floater at the horn, too strong. And just his 3rd miss of the entire quarter. Can't put a damper on a 14-point opening frame for the Knick captain. He's helped lead New York to a 33-25 lead after 12 minutes in game 1.
Well, all things considered, you got to be pleased with the Knicks' offensive productivity so far in this one. They're outscoring the Sixers in the paint by 10. They're shooting 65% from the field. The thing that I like, Tyler, is the pace that they're playing with. You've got 6 people that have already scored the basketball tonight, obviously led by Jalen Brunson's 14 points. He had an excellent start in this ball game.
It is an 8-point Knicks lead. They've had 3 days of rest. The Sixers only 1 after a 7-game grinder. Can you wear down this impressive but thin Philly team? Knicks have missed just 7 shots. Sixers have made only 6. 33-25, Knicks in the lead. Second quarter is next. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup. The largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Wild Turkey Bourbon master distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit Dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Knicks lead the Sixers 33-25 as we begin the second quarter at Madison Square Garden. 14 points from Jalen Brunson on 6 of 9 shooting. He had 2 assists as well, which is currently the game high. OG Anunoby scored 7, and Deuce McBride, who may be having an early series audition for a more prominent role as this second round goes along. He had 5 points, and not for the entire quarter, but he played some solid defense on Tyrese Maxey, who was 0 for 1 from the field and did not have an assist.
That is unusual for Maxey, but we've seen this with Brunson sometimes. It takes your guards a little minute to get going in a series, to evaluate how they're being played. And I will say for Maxey, I still think he's adjusting to being on the floor with Joel Embiid, right? He tends to defer a bit as opposed to being the guy to get his squad going.
Jose Alvarado will run the point to begin the second quarter. Towns is back in with 2 fouls. Baseline cutter Anunoby catches, pump fakes, and scores over George underneath the basket. And how many times did we see that play against Atlanta? Towns up top finding a baseline cutter Anunoby. It's a 10-point Knick lead. Sixers from left to right. They do not have Maxey nor Embiid on the floor. It's Paul George's unit here, swinging around Kelly Oubre. Far corner 3, off the right side rim. Rebound Alvarado. Knicks from right to left in white and orange tonight. Alvarado left side arc screen from Towns. Gets to the foul line, pick and roll. Picked up his dribble. Now out to McBride on the left side wing. Alvarado near sideline. Post up Towns. They'll pop out left corner. His 3-pointer is short. And George gets the board. Sixers have missed 6 of their last 7 shots. Andre Drummond is the center. He is not a shooter, at least he usually isn't. And now Quentin Grimes, far corner, he rattled out a 3. It's Alvarado the other way.
Immediately without Joel Embiid on the floor, though, you can see the Sixers playing faster.
Towns, strong drive right side, bricked it, got his own layup, and put it back up and in. He averaged 2 offensive rebounds a game in round 1. It's a 12-point lead. Paul George. Point forward here on the high sideline. Marked by Anunoby. Screen on the left from Drummond. Pick and roll. 3-pointer off the dribble. Good from the far wing. Paul George is 3 of 4 from downtown. He's the only Sixers star who's got it going right now. It's a 9-point game.
But it's not a bad start to have it going in terms of keeping things afloat. The other thing is you got to watch that action with Karl-Anthony Towns.
Beautiful pass from Towns to an open cutting Alvarado on the baseline for a reverse layup. 11-point Knick lead. That
is definitely one of the reads that we saw from this offense that we saw come to life versus the Atlanta Hawks. Just screening and getting your guys open.
Long 2, Paul George straight on, rattled out. Offensive rebound Drummond, then got whacked by Anunoby on the rebound. Now Alvarado asking for that foul to be put on him, but it's going to be number 2 on Anunoby. Also 2 on Towns. 10:02 to go in the second quarter. It's 39-28 Knicks.
I can't see where the foul was for Anunoby. It seemed very, very light.
Bit of a head jerk from Drummond to alert the referees.
Everybody's selling everything.
And they let go of Oubre underneath. It was a pass from the right block from George to Oubre. He jammed it wide open. 9-point game.
Now, bear in mind, at the end of the first quarter, the Knicks were up in second chance points 12-2. Or, excuse me, in paint points.
Anunoby left elbow, double team, turns toward the paint and then tried to kick it out far corner, but it's stolen by Oubre. Lead pass to the far corner in the front court for Grimes. Skips it to the right side for Edgecombe, and his near sideline three won't go. Rebound, a whistle, and a loose ball foul on Drummond. He pushed Towns out of the way from behind. And the Knicks will take over, up by 9. And Josh Hart's coming back in with 9:26 to go before halftime.
Yeah, I was thinking, just watching how things go, besides the fact that he's picked up 2 fouls now for OG Anunoby, it just seems like he's a little bit tired, fatigued, maybe just need a little chance to recalibrate some of the decisions that he's made in the last couple sequences.
Mitchell Robinson will come into the game as well. And it looks like Deuce McBride will check out. So you've got Alvarado at the point, Hart and Bridges on the wings. And we do indeed have, for the first time in round 2, the double big lineup. Towns at the power forward and Robinson playing center. And this is happening without Embiid on the floor.
Yeah, I don't think that the Knicks would go to this lineup much with starters on the floor for the Sixers.
Let's see how it goes against some reserves. Towns at the foul line. He got quickly double teamed by Oubre and George and forced a bad pass to the far sideline out of bounds.
He got hacked on the arm there.
He was looking over toward Courtney Kirkland, but the call's not coming. Edgecombe, Grimes, Oubre, George, and Drummond, the 5 on the floor for the Sixers. Nick Nurse is resting both of his superstars, Maxey and Embiid. Hart blew up a dribble handoff left side, took it away from George, finds a streaking Bridges. He'll get to the cup for his second slam of the game, and an 11-point Knicks lead.
Is there a postseason all-defensive team? Because Josh Hart has just been able to answer whatever defensive call the Knicks have needed from him so far in the postseason.
There is not, as you know, but there should be. Oubre on the right wing. He'll hit a 3 off a driving kick from George. And a timeout from Mike Brown. That was one of the more open looks the Sixers have had from 3. And Kelly Oubre, don't want to let him get hot. He was 4 of 25 from 3 in the first round, but he can shoot it. He's brought it back to an 8-point game.
Well, that is why the double big has become so sort of risky, if you will, because Karl-Anthony Towns is going to have to guard Oubre in space. Otherwise, he's going to continue to have that look.
This next timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. Knicks have led by as many as 12, but right now it's an 8-point game, 41-33. New York in the opening game of the Eastern Conference semifinals. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Calandra stayed at the counter. At Calandra's Bakery, they stick to the basics. Real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Calandra's bread is all natural with 0 preservatives, just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Calandra's Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
Orgavada Zona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Knicks went on a 16-6 run to take a 12-point lead earlier in the second quarter, but the Sixers right back in it. It's a 41-33 Knick lead, so up by 8 with 8:41 remaining in the second quarter. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
With Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. The Sixers, with that timeout, able to bring Tyrese Maxey back into the game. He averaged 41 minutes last round, and number's not going to go down here in the Eastern Conference semifinals. He's out there with VJ Edgecombe, Kelly Oubre, Paul George, and Andre Drummond. For the Knicks, it's Jose Alvarado, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, and the double bigs remain, Towns and Robinson. Alvarado across center court finds Bridges left wing, marked by Maxey. Screen up top from Robinson, pick and roll, skips it past left corner, 3 from Hart. It's good. Josh Hart's three-point shot is a major swing point in this series. That one gives New York an 11-point lead.
He's a guy that truly deserves all the things that come to him because of how hard he works and just how utilitarian-like his game is, whatever this team needs.
Maxey speeds to the right elbow but missed a fadeaway short. Hart will streak ahead from coast to coast, try to kick it out far corner. Alvarado, he got clocked as he jumped to pass that, and they will call a foul on Philadelphia, although both Maxey and Edgecombe are looking around asking for a challenge. 8:07 to go in the second quarter. They will say it's 2 fouls on VJ Edgecombe. Came in 3rd for Rookie of the Year. He got a lot of ball on that pass out from Hart. But the Knicks will keep it, and Nick Nurse will keep his challenge for now. Far sideline inbound, Alvarado up top to Robinson, hands back to his point guard. Sets a screen, Alvarado for 3. That's too strong from the top of the key. Oubre gets the rebound.
I like the look by Alvarado. We would not call that necessarily his strength, but he does have the ability to knock down open ones.
He was 5 of 10 against Atlanta. Maxey will sprint to the middle of the paint. Floater in the lane. He missed it, but a foul on Robinson, who comes away limping toward the right side baseline. Maybe he stepped on his foot.
Maxey stepped on his right foot.
Right. Which I suppose is better than the alternative. Really dangerous when you land on someone's foot. You can roll your ankle very easily. Robinson, hands on his knees to the right side foul line, as Maxey will take the free throw.
So here's the deal, though. Again, we're watching this double big thing, and it just really puts one of those guys at a disadvantage. And not that that foul couldn't have happened without the double big lineup, but there is a mismatch elsewhere. You're just living with that one for the advantage of the rebounding.
And you do have a natural rebounding advantage just by your general height in this series. The Knicks are a +1 right now with the Towns and Robinson lineup. It's about to be an even 0 as Maxey hits the free throw, so back to a 9-point game. And the Sixers are 12 of 12 from the line. 7:49 remains in this opening half. Knicks ball from right to left. Brunson about to check in, but for now it's Alvarado setting up Bridges near midcourt. Screen from Towns, pick and roll. Bridges to the foul line, right elbow. Pulls up for 2 and sinks a 10-footer from the far side mid-range. Bridges gives the Knicks an 11-point lead.
We had a chance to discuss this a little bit in the pregame show on television with our buddies. Mikal Bridges is going to have opportunities in this game.
Double team on Edgecombe at the foul line. It's taken away by Bridges and Alvarado. Bridges on the high side wing, back up top to Alvarado. Left elbow Towns, defended by Drummond, faces up, takes a dribble, steps toward the rim, double teamed, and missed the bank shot with Edgecombe behind him. Towns especially angry at a no call there.
I really would have liked Towns just to use a sweep through going to his left. He had the whole left side of the floor to himself.
Maxey misses a right wing 3 short. Offensive rebound, Oubre passes back to Maxey, who slithers inside for a right-hand layup. It's back to a 9-point game as Maxey has his first field goal of the game.
There are certainly moments when Karl Anthony Towns waits and it's the right decision, but other times you just got to go while you got the defense on their heels.
He'll go here for three and hits from the top of the key. A scoop pass from Alvarado and no hesitation from Towns. He is 2 of 3 from downtown already. And a timeout from Nick Nurse with the Knicks up by 12.
Having a little bit of an exchange with Courtney Kirkland as he headed over to the Knicks bench. But that, you're right, Tyler, was a decisive decision that he wasted no time, and it was the correct decision in this one. Towns has already knocked down 2 threes in this one. He's got 8 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists so far.
This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Also, go over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. Knicks 49, Sixers 37. This matches the Knicks' largest lead of Game 1. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
49-37, the Knicks lead the Sixers. 6:42 to go in this second quarter. The Knicks are shooting the lights out. 65% from the field, 6 of 12 from 3. And then for the free throw line, they've had 4 misses from Mitchell Robinson, so they're 3 of 7. But, Monica, you've said this a couple of times, and you're right. If the Knicks can play offense to their potential, it might not even matter how tough Embiid and Maxey are to stop. This Knicks offense can reach a higher ceiling than a lot of other teams in the NBA.
Yeah, and right now it is shooting 50% from the three-point line and 64.5% overall, which is solid. Now, if you could just limit some of these turnovers, there have only been 4, but a couple of them have been particularly egregious because they were unforced errors. You'd be in even a better position. Now, the also thing to acknowledge, we're halfway through the second quarter. I think there are adjustments to come. Both teams are still sort of feeling one another out.
Embiid on the high side wing, back into the game, defended by Karl Anthony Towns. He's got 2 fouls. Maxey up top, and a whistle and a foul drawn by Embiid, but it's on Bridges here, fighting around his screen on the left side wing. 3rd foul on the Knicks in the second quarter. They're up by 12, 6:31 to go before halftime.
I will say, living through this, the whistle that Joel Embiid's, I am captivated by it.
It swung Game 7 in Boston. Got a lot of calls fighting for rebounds. Far side mid-range Embiid. One dribble, posting up Towns, double team from Bridges. Repost now with Embiid. Spins on Towns, pump fake, leans in around Brunson. Throws up a wild shot and gets it to go. His body was parallel to the painted area almost. It's a 10-point game. Brunson back in right wing. Towns up top.
Underneath, Maxey.
Anunoby defended by Maxey. They will find him on the mismatch, but he's not underneath anymore. He's at the far side mid-range, so he pulls up for 2 and missed it off the front rim. Embiid the rebound. Halfway through the second quarter, Knicks 49, Sixers 39. Maxey from left to right, pick and pop with Embiid. He'll keep it on the right wing for now, defended by Brunson. Screen from Embiid left side, and he'll get it back up top to Embiid. He walks into a catch-and-shoot 3, hard off the back rim, and a long rebound from Bridges. Embiid 3 of 20 in the first round from 3. Towns baseline drive, and he stuffs it two-handed.
This is what I want to see on the left side of the floor for Karl Anthony Towns. Previously, he caught the ball, and it was just him and Draymond Drummond. That's not his name. Andre Drummond. Just go.
Grimes with the foul line. Pass to him was picked off by Hart. Kicks it left corner. Brunson for 3. Short. Rebound Embiid. Knicks by 12. 5:15 to go in the second quarter. Maxey walks into a right wing triple and missed it too strong. His shot has not been there tonight. He's 1 out of 5. Hart speeding ahead from right to left. Spins on Grimes, who tried to draw a charge, and it will be a blocking foul. Grimes had the right idea at the far side elbow, but Hart changed his direction into a spin move just in time, and it's like they caught Grimes leaning at the last minute.
Josh Hart and Kelly Oubre are actually tied with 4 rebounds each in the contest for the lead in the game.
You normally expect that to be someone over 7 foot, and there are 3 guys getting regular minutes who are 7 feet plus. And 2 of the better rebounding guards in the NBA. Josh Hart is a clear number 1. PJ Edgecombe is a pretty good offensive rebounder. He averaged over 2 a game against Boston. Knicks ball up 12. Far sideline. Brunson gets it to Hart in the corner in front of the Knick bench. Screen from Towns. Hart to the dotted line. Kicks it left corner. Anunoby. Good closeout from Oubre. But then a baseline drive from Anunoby, and a left-hand layup is good. Maybe too good of a closeout from Oubre. Knicks by 14.
It's 2 baskets now consecutively on the left side of the floor for the Knicks. They're doing a good job of taking advantage of the way this Sixers defense is loading.
3 Knicks in double figures. Brunson, Towns, and now Anunoby. Edgecombe at the near sideline. 4:36 to go before halftime. Edgecombe crosses over Bridges, not going anywhere. Crossover again, foul line, spin move, pull-up, floater, too strong. Good defense from Bridges, but then Edgecombe almost stole the rebound from Towns. Diving from behind Brunson, looking for that loose ball. He tripped up the Knick captain, and a hard fall from Brunson. It's the 4th foul on the Sixers, and Brunson's back up, but not necessarily walking like you'd like him to as Edgecombe picks up his 3rd foul.
This is going to be a physical series all around.
Brunson landed hard on his left side. Maybe his shoulder took the brunt of the contact, maybe his left hip, but he's got the ball now from right to left, passing to the near wing for Bridges. Left corner, Anunoby couldn't drive baseline on Oubre this time. Reset with Bridges. Now Towns top of the key. Steps for the left point. Pump fakes, drives on the smaller Edgecombe to the rim on the far side. Spins, kicks, Anunoby left wing into the mid-range. Will pull up for 2 and connects at the end of the shot clock. OG Anunoby is 5 of 6 from the field, and the Knicks have a game-high 16-point lead.
Similar to what we saw, Karl Anthony Towns has 4 assists in this one.
Oubre catches baseline right, missed a point-blank layup. Rebound tipped out of bounds off of the Knicks, says Scott Foster. Anunoby wants a challenge. Mike Brown looking down the bench to Jordan Brink. And yes, they say challenge, but will they have an opportunity? Yes, Scott Foster was not sure if he had that call right. So he held on to that ball a little bit longer than usual before giving it to the Sixers to inbound. The Knicks will challenge up 16 with 3:46 to go in the second quarter.
I'm very fascinated that you were able to deuce all of that. But if he knew he got it wrong, he should just gather with his buddies and review it himself so the Knicks don't have to use their challenge in the first place.
That's also a great point, Monica. The Knicks
he did get it wrong.
The Knicks are 2-1 in challenges in the playoffs.
Don't let pride come before a fall now, Scott Foster.
We'll get a look on the video board, and I think initially the trajectory was initiated.
You know
by
what?
Towns.
Now I just got mad all over again because he said OG Anunoby stepped out of bounds in Atlanta, and it was Dyson Daniels' foot. He need to get some color-correcting contact lenses and be responsible for making mistakes instead of teams having to use their challenges.
The Knicks were able to overcome that tough call.
It doesn't matter. It's a terrible call. It's egregious.
In Monica McNutt's view, Scott Foster's having a tough postseason, but he is known as perhaps the best official in the modern era of the NBA. 55-39, the Knicks have the lead.
Determined that Kelly Oubre was the last to touch the ball, and there was no proximate foul in the play. This is deemed a successful challenge. New York will not be charged a timeout, and they will be able to challenge subsequent plays.
Found out today that the maximum time you have to decide a challenge is 30 seconds. That's usually only important during a timeout. That was a live ball moment there, but it's longer than you usually see an official wait to give an inbound to a team with a call potentially going to be challenged. Meanwhile, Oubre, they ran a great play for him. He was wide open on a right baseline cut and almost seemed surprised he was so open. He missed a layup with his head over the rim. He was ready for a slam, but couldn't put it through. 3:46 to go in the second quarter. Knicks hoping to close out this frame as well as they've begun it. We have seen teams in the last couple of years and even in the last series, the Atlanta Hawks came back from 12 down at the end of the third quarter in game 2. Towns up top, one-hand pass to Hart, far corner. He'll drive on edge, come to the dotted line, pump fake. 2 steps toward the cup and a right-hand layup around the rookie. The Knicks have an 18-point lead on an 8-0 run.
This is really good footwork in this ball game from Josh Hart. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 5 points for Hart so far.
That's the 5th assist for Karl-Anthony Towns. He is on pace for his 3rd triple-double in the last 4 playoff games. Oubre, a strong drive to the center of the paint. He took a whack from Josh Hart, and he threw up a floater that dropped in. Big bucket momentum-wise for Kelly Oubre. 16-point game with a free throw coming.
Meanwhile, I think the Sixers' big fella may have absorbed a hit right in that appendix area. I did not see what happened, but he is buckled over at half court, walking toward the Knicks basket now.
Yeah, he's grabbing his midsection. I don't know exactly where the appendix is, Monica.
I just assumed because he grabbed his midsection.
But what I do know is he no longer has one.
Oh, yeah, good point. The sore region.
Free throw is good from Kelly Oubre, so the 3-point play is complete. He's got 10 points, so does Embiid. But the Knicks lead by 15. Towns out high, passes right for Brunson. Embiid guarding him, fans love it. Brunson crosses over, foul line, pull-up jumper, got it. Too easy for Jalen Brunson on Joel Embiid. Knicks lead by 17.
Just a great read by Jalen Brunson, but you're accustomed to that from him because of his high basketball IQ. Talk about hunting a matchup. Woohoo!
First basket of the second quarter. He's got 16 points. Maxey driving right side, throws his shoulder into Towns, scores and one with the 3rd foul on Karl-Anthony Towns. Now you have to make a decision here. It's been quite an ideal first half, but with Towns officially in foul trouble, 2:40 to go in the second quarter, up by 15. They will bring in Ariel Hukporti.
So the other thing that's been revealed to me a bit is I don't know if you want to go double bigs because you got them both on the floor picking up fouls potentially. Not that we were currently in a double big lineup situation.
And you can theoretically bring in Mitchell Robinson under 2 minutes because you can't play Hackimich if you're Philly.
Yeah, but he also has 3 fouls.
And you wonder if something we saw at the very end of the regular season, they might be forced into thinking about, this might be crazy, maybe Jeremy Sohan just to see what it looks like at the 5 for a play or two.
I mean, you want Sohan or you want Mo Diawara?
I'm not going to answer that out of respect for both players.
Okay, well, I was just going to play ball. I'd rather see Mo Diawara.
Tyrese Maxey at the right side foul line is able to hit. The Sixers are 14 of 14 from the line. That is keeping them in the game. They've made 13 shots from the field and 14 from the stripe. Knicks ball up 15. Anunoby left corner, wide open, but the pass was low. He finds Bridges left wing. His 3-pointer's off the back rim. Rebound by Hart. Bridges wide open left corner. He'll take another 3. That one's good. Mikal Bridges from the near sideline. That's his first 3-pointer, and the Knicks are back up by 17.
Second chance opportunities have been a good thing for the New York Knicks. They've got 10 second chance points.
Embiid up top. Marked by Hukporti. He'll take him to the foul line. Pull-up jumper in and out. The Knicks will give him that most of the night. Hart gets another rebound. Final 2 minutes, second quarter. Hart up top, splits a double team. Passes right to Brunson. And as Hart split that double team, there was a reach-in foul on Philadelphia. 5th foul on the Sixers. Free throws for Hart. The crowd cheer you may have just heard was an after the whistle banked in 3-pointer from Brunson at the right perimeter. That will not count, of course, as Hart will get 2 free throws in the basket to our left.
Couple of stats of note, and we shouldn't be surprised by this one because the Sixers get to the line a ton, but they have doubled up the Knicks in free throw attempts. It was 7-14 prior to these two that Josh Hart is prepared to take now, so that closes the gap a bit, although he comes up short on the first one. 37.5% for the Knicks from the free throw line. Ouch. Not good.
Well, that was their first miss by someone not named Mitchell Robinson.
That's true, but also not good.
I think what you're driving at is Hart is getting 2 free throws here, and the second one is off the front rim and in. That is only now 5 free throws the Knicks have earned. The other 4
Correct. Handed to Mitchell Robinson.
Meanwhile, the Joel Embiid-led Sixers have earned 14 free throws. Embiid will catch underneath, scores over Anunoby, and it's a 63-47 game. 32-12 now. Point to the paint favorite Knicks. Brunson slips inside, hits a floater at the dotted line. He thought he was fouled, no call. 18 points, a game high for Brunson. Knicks by 18.
Ariel Hukporti and Joel Embiid, extracurriculars. Just keep an eye on that.
Left elbow, Embiid calling for it. Hukporti denying the pass. Paul George from the half circle drains it from a step inside the three-point line off the dribble. Tough basket over Josh Hart. That quiets the crowd with 1:14 to go in the second quarter. 16-point game again. Brunson left wing steps into a 3. Front rim and in. Brunson with the soft touch. He's got 21, and the Knicks have a 19-point lead, a game high.
It's a really strong screen set by Ariel Hukporti and then gets out of the way.
Maxey slicing inside in a right-hand layup. He got all the way across the paint from the far side mid-range. Brunson right wing. 17-point Knicks lead. Final minute, second quarter. Brunson high side wing. Crossover on Grimes. Not going anywhere. Step back. Pump fake. Leans in. Foul called. And he almost banked it in. But 3 free throws coming up for Jalen Brunson. He's got 21 points in this first half. And I got a feeling you're going to hear 3 letters chanted over and over again by this Knicks crowd, having watched their captain dominate this first half.
Yeah, if not for Jalen Brunson, I'm not sure where these Knicks would be. Although I do love the effort from Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, even Mikal Bridges, I thought has played with good movement and rhythm tonight. The free throw thing is going to be something that is concerning, but that is a challenge when you play Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey for different reasons, but both get to the line.
At the basket to our left, Brunson hits the first of his 3 free throws. So the Knicks are 5 of 10 from the line. Back up by 18 now. 44.7 to go in the second quarter. Coming off a 51-point win in Game 6. Largest playoff victory in franchise history as Brunson sinks another. 8 out of 16 from 3 in this game. So they're on pace for 32 three-point attempts. That's pretty much their average for the whole postseason. So a different vibe for what the Sixers have to deal with compared to Boston, who, of course, takes 53s in the game and is disappointed that he couldn't take 51.
Correct, but this is also game 1. And that formula, what you just called out as Brunson gets the second free throw to go, is why I think Deuce McBride stands to be an X factor in this series because of his ability to score both behind the arc and in the paint.
Brunson got all 3. It's a 20-point Knick lead. Final half-minute, second quarter. Tyrese Maxey front rim to straight on 3 off the dribble. Hukporti gets the rebound, and he's more than held his own against big number 21. 16 to shoot, 23 to play. Fans on their feet for the final Knicks offensive possession of this second quarter. 71-51. Brunson at the center court logo.
Going after the mismatch. He's trying to get Joel Embiid involved in that pick and roll.
McBride finds Hart, left corner 3, end of the shot clock short. Offensive rebound, Bridges. 4 seconds left in the second quarter. Brunson right wing. He'll take the 3, and he hit it. 0.3 to go before halftime, and Jalen Brunson has a 27-point first half, and the Sixers team comes up well short. It's a 74-51 New York lead after 2 quarters in game 1.
Many a Knicks fan may have flashed back when this matchup was set to the sluggish, we'll call it, start that Jalen Brunson had in games 1 and 2 years ago when these teams met in the postseason. That is not the case here in 2026. He has done the yeoman's job of leading the way for these Knicks, and he's done it efficiently. 10 of 14 from the field so far tonight. The Sixers do not have an answer for Jalen Brunson.
Similar vibe to what we saw in game 1 against Atlanta. 19-point first quarter for Jalen Brunson in that one, and a 27-point first half here in game 1 of round 2.
Now time for Ingredients to Victory, brought to you by Calandra's Bakery. It is, in fact, 3-point shooting by your New York Knicks, who are 7 of 12 from the field, good for 58% from the three-point line. They also have a notable advantage in paint scoring just because we want balance when it comes to this sweet treat. 32-16 in favor of the Knicks compared to the Philadelphia 76ers. Those were your ingredients of victory, brought to you by Calandra's Bakery. Calandra's Bakery, just 4 simple ingredients and still made by hand since 1962. Available fresh daily at your local supermarket.
All right, stay tuned for the Knicks halftime report, powered by ZipRecruiter. The Knicks have a 74-51 lead on the Philadelphia 76ers, but they've been the comeback story of this postseason so far. You can't count out Philly. We'll see what Pat O'Keefe has to say on our halftime report when we come back. Knicks by 23 at the break. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever. Meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Make cancer screening a part of your annual healthcare routine. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, cervical, prostate, colorectal, breast, and more. Regular cancer screenings could save your life by detecting cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Wild Turkey Bourbon Master Distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
Time to bench those other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire, you get to hire the right fit for any role fast. That's because ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time in scouting first-rate talent. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can instantly unlock contact info from a roster of top candidates. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have trusted ZipRecruiter to hire. And check this out. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the game, based on G2. So, if you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
This is the ZipRecruiter New York Knicks halftime show. Now, here's Pat O'Keefe.
And it is a Game 1, 23-point halftime lead for the Knicks. A late surge to close the second quarter has the Knicks up 74-51 over the 76ers. This, of course, on the heels of their 51-point closeout win on Thursday over the Atlanta Hawks. Welcome back to Madison Square Garden for the Knicks halftime report powered by ZipRecruiter. A balanced attack for the Knicks in the first half. 3 starters already in double figures, led by 27 from Jalen Brunson. Plus, you've got 9 from Mikal Bridges, 6 from Josh Hart, who is on triple-double watch. A lot to like from that first half. Wally Szczerbiak joins me to break it down. I'd like to know where you want to start with this, Wally, because there's so much to like from that first half. Where does your mind immediately go?
just how locked in this team was. You could tell defensively they're playing at a different level that we've seen them play all season long. The attention to detail has been perfect. Josh Hart, I mean, you got to commend him. He's been all over the place. Loose balls, steals, starting fast breaks. Just defensively, he's been outstanding most of the time on Maxey, really neutralizing him. Also, Mikal Bridges has done a great job on him. He's an electric scorer, and the Knicks have been able to really keep him pretty much in check, even though he has 13 points. That's kind of keeping a guy like that in check. So just a locked-in first half and a great start to this second-round playoff series.
Maxey 3 for 8 from the field, 0 for 3 from downtown. Joel Embiid 3 for 10 from the field. He's 0 for 2 from downtown. Now, they've both gotten to the free throw line, but overall, what have the Knicks done defensively to contain Philly's 2 stars?
Just the point of attack is the biggest thing. Maxey, the Knicks are being physical with him, making him run his pick and rolls a little further out towards half court. Joel Embiid, I've said it all along, just keep him off the free throw line. The guy does not want to make field goals. He just wants to get fouled and make his free throws. Knicks committed a couple silly fouls, which allowed him to get to the line, which allowed him to get his points. If the Knicks can take that away from him, he's very compromised, doesn't look like he's moving great. Missed a couple easy bunnies down low around the basket. So Knicks have matchups that can make his life difficult. You just can't bail him out by putting him on the free throw line.
Knicks fans, the action doesn't stop when the buzzer sounds. Catch ESPN New York on YouTube for all the New York sports talk you love. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Subscribe now and stay locked in. ESPN New York on YouTube. And it's time now for the top shelf performance of the game, brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon.
McBride finds Hart, left corner, 3 into the shot clock, short. Offensive rebound, Bridges. 4 seconds left in the second quarter. Brunson right wing. He'll take a 3, and he hit it. 0.3 to go before halftime, and Jalen Brunson has a 27-point first half, and the Sixers heave comes up well short. It's a 74-51 New York lead after 2 quarters in game 1.
It's the second most points that Brunson has ever scored in a half in his playoff career. He came out hot. He finished the second quarter hot. How about Jalen Brunson in that first half?
Well, it's a totally different matchup for him this series. It doesn't look like Philadelphia is going to be double-teaming him and taking him out like Atlanta tried to do. And it just goes to show you, if you don't pay a lot of attention to Jalen Brunson, he's going to make you pay. 27 big points in that first half. They all came within the flow of the offense. And I just think it's a credit to the way Mike Brown has developed this offense to be very tough to defend and scout against. A lot of guys can hurt you. You know, obviously Karl Anthony Towns looks great with his quickness against Embiid, and Anunoby's continuing to play great basketball. And then Jalen Brunson, if you don't double him, he's going to make you pay with 27 big points in that first half.
10 for 14 shooting, 3 for 6 beyond the arc. That was the top shelf performance of the game, brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer and never watered down. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise, drink responsibly. This is the Knicks halftime report powered by ZipRecruiter. Knicks lead the Sixers 74-51 at the break. Pat O'Keefe joined by Wally Zerbiak. You mentioned Karl Anthony Towns. It was a little bit of a slow start. He found some early foul trouble. Mike Brown took him out in the first quarter, and when he came out, he looked a lot more aggressive in that second.
Yeah, he started with that second unit, which is good to have him out there with Alvarado and company. He orchestrated a couple nice backdoor layups, one for Alvarado, one for OG Anunoby. So, you know, Karl Anthony Towns has to be careful with those fouls. That's the bottom line. You know, right now Embiid has both Karl Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson with 3 fouls, so they have to be a little bit careful to start this second half. But overall, I like the way Towns is going at Embiid. Embiid does not want to play defense. You have to make him move his feet and make him play defense, and Towns has the ability to score whenever he wants against him. So that aggressiveness has to continue on the offensive end of the floor for Towns.
You mentioned how Embiid doesn't want to play defense. There was that play late in the second quarter when Brunson got Embiid matched up with him on a switch, and he just took him to school. The crowd obviously loved it. I mean, I thought that play kind of encapsulated that first half.
Yeah, and, you know, Joel Embiid he's a force to be reckoned with. He's become a smarter player as he's gotten older because his legs are failing him a little bit. But overall, the Knicks can exploit this team in a lot of different ways. You can see the Knicks' versatility, the way they can play a lot of different styles. That's going to cause this Philly team some problems. But at the same time, this Philly team, they're coming off an emotional Game 7. I expected this for the Knicks to jump on them early. Knicks got to continue. This is a long series. They got to continue to keep the foot on their Phillies' throat and, try to maintain this type of play the rest of this game.
It might be nitpicking with the Knicks up 23. Wally, anything you want to see different in the second half?
Just don't commit the silly fouls. Mitchell Robinson and Karl Anthony Towns, if you can nitpick on anything, keep these guys off the free throw line. They haven't missed a free throw. They're 14 for 14 from the line. They bank on those points. So if the Knicks take away those points, make them earn their points with field goals, I think the Knicks will be in good shape in the second half.
Knicks halfway to a Game 1 victory. Wally, great stuff. We know you'll be on the post-game show on MSG with the guys after. Have fun.
You got it. Sounds good.
Wally Zerbiak here at the Garden. Knicks lead 74-51. Stream Knicks pre- and post-game coverage during the playoffs, plus hours of on-demand content anywhere you go. Download the Gotham Sports app. It's free with your MSG TV subscription. Sign in and start streaming today. This Wednesday, tune into MSG at 6:30 p.m. to get Knicks pregame coverage for Game 2 against the Sixers, and then tune back in after the game for all things postgame on MSG or stream on the Gotham Sports app. That was the Knicks halftime report, powered by ZipRecruiter. When you're hiring, never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter. Try ZipRecruiter free right now at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Second half coming up from Madison Square Garden. Tyler Murray, Monica McNutt have you covered. I will be back with you on the post-game show. Again, your halftime score, the Knicks 74 and Philadelphia 51. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This has been the ZipRecruiter New York Knicks halftime show. The second half is coming right up.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit Dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Calandra stayed at the counter. At Calandra's Bakery, they stick to the basics. Real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Calandra's bread is all natural with 0 preservatives, just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Calandra's Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Ready for the second half of Game 1 in the Eastern Conference semifinals, where the Knicks have a 74-51 lead on the Philadelphia 76ers, so a plus 23 for the Knicks, behind 27 points from Jalen Brunson, his second most playoff points in a single half. He had 28 and a half against the Pacers 2 years ago in Game 5. That was, of course, the series after the Knicks beat Philadelphia in 6 games in round 1. Monica, a lot to choose from, but what stood out to you from that first half?
I think the efficiency that Jalen Brunson started the game with is definitely thing number 1, but I would also say thing number 2, I think this team is playing terrific overall. I don't love 3 fouls on both of your bigs, but when you look at the energy that Hart, Bridges, Anunoby, all those guys are playing, even McBride off the bench, I like their attention to detail. Maxey and Embiid pose problems, so just because they score doesn't mean that guys aren't being attentive to the game plan. And offensively, they've been really sound. I mean, how mad can you be when a team shoots nearly 66% from the field in the first half?
And the Sixers, of course, struggling to keep up. 14 out of 14 from the free throw line. That's their main offensive output. Three-point shooting from Embiid and Maxey. They're combined 0 for 5. Paul George, 3 out of 4 from distance. With the Knicks with 27 from Brunson. Triple-double watch from Hart and Towns. With 13 points from OG Anunoby. And a rejuvenated Mikal Bridges with 9 points on just 6 shots. The Knicks are putting together, so far, a complete game. Starting 5 on the floor, they'll get the ball first. They go from left to right. Knicks in white and orange. Sixers in mostly blue with red and white trim. Anunoby on the left wing, defended by Paul George. Up top for Towns. Facing up on Embiid. Feeds a cutting Anunoby. Tough pass up high. He dropped it. Batted out of bounds off of Anunoby. He disagrees, but it's going Philly's way. And on the first possession of this third quarter, the Knicks turn it over after just 4 giveaways in the first half. Philly from right to left. Embiid at the left point. Maxey cuts through. It's back to center court for Oubre. Left side drive. Try to pass it to the foul line for Embiid, but Brunson read the play. He stole it. Hands to Hart. He'll streak from coast to coast, and a right-hand layup gives the Knicks a 25-point lead.
8 points now for Josh Hart. You just love the energy, the active hands on defense by Jalen Brunson, who's not one that is praised for having a particularly long wingspan, but that's how activity and energy serves you.
Foul line jumper swirls out for Towns. Offensive rebound Oubre, and after hanging on the front rim, the putback drops through. 23-point game. Yeah, the Brunson steal on that previous possession. That was a high IQ play. Seemed to know exactly where Oubre wanted to go with that ball. No surprise, it was to the former MVP, Joel Embiid. Towns out high. Faces up again on Embiid. Knicks taking their time. Pick and roll with Brunson now. Brunson up top, crosses over George at the foul line. Skips a pass right corner into the hands of VJ Edgecombe. He didn't see him there in front of Anunoby. Now Maxey gliding ahead. He took a hit and looked like from Hart. Missed a right-hand layup and no foul called. Maxey not complaining. Left wing Brunson. Up top Towns looking around. Realizes he's open, then hesitated. Passed right wing to Bridges. He'll drive on the near side. Finds Hart in the corner. Wide open for 3. Not taking it though, and instead he chucks it out of bounds.
This is an abysmal start to this third quarter. This is not the team that we thought or saw demonstrate their veteran poise, experience in the moment, get out of Atlanta. I don't know what they're doing to start this quarter.
Hopefully a good lesson for Hart. It is always better to take an open 3 than throw the ball out of bounds.
Yes, and why are you hesitating? Karl-Anthony Towns at the top of the 3. Take the 3.
Now defending Embiid on the other end. Towns left block double team from Bridges, and Embiid threw it away. It was Brunson again with a steal middle of the paint. He'll get it ahead to Anunoby, who steps around Maxey for a 2-hand jam and a 25-point lead.
OG Anunoby, I just love the energy he continues to play with. He's a plus 16 in the box score and has 15 points so far tonight.
Paul George straight on 3. Perfect. Ripping the net. No rim required over Anunoby. Well, Paul George 4 for 5 from downtown. He's got 14 points. It's a 22-point game. Each team has given it away twice in the first 2 minutes of this third quarter. Knicks ball up 22. Left wing Towns. This was his office in Atlanta last week. Brunson left wing screen from Towns matched up with George. Played much better defense in the playoffs, George. Now Towns on Oubre, far side mid-range. Picked up by Embiid, now far corner. Hook pass underneath to Bridges. He's wide open for a layup, and the Knicks are back up by 24.
So that's excellent patience by Karl-Anthony Towns, and we saw the same play that we saw in Atlanta. The Knicks just go and screen away and keep screening until somebody pops 3, and you trust Towns to make the right play.
And now a near steal from Bridges at midcourt, and then as they fought for the loose ball, Maxey picks up a foul. Mikal Bridges, you have to love what he did on that last basket, Monica. He had his patented fadeaway ready to roll.
Took a step further, used the top of the box on the glass, layup. Love it. Yes, you're right.
It's like a light bulb went off from Mikal Bridges. 24 points in Game 6. He's aggressive on both ends. Forced another turnover there. Knicks ball, 9:05 to go in the third. And they lead by 24 in Game 1. Brunson at center court, defended by Oubre. Left wing now driving on Embiid, steps back and into the corner. Bridges up top, Anunoby catch and shoot. 3 is good. OG Anunoby's second three-pointer, and the Sixers need timeout. The Knicks have a 27-point lead early in the third quarter. It's 83-56.
He's coming off of a series where he shot an unbelievable 57% from the three-point line, continuing to pick up where he left off. OG Anunoby has just been outstanding and steady in this postseason. Tonight, his efficiency continues to be off the charts. 7 of 8 from the field. Impressive.
18 points. You thought the 22 a game might be tough to sustain after that great series you mentioned. He's on pace for even more. 8:51 to go in the third quarter. This Knicks timeout is brought to you by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. Knicks by 27. 8:51 to go in this third quarter. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today. For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
83-56, Knicks lead the Sixers. 8:51 to go in the third quarter. These fans have been on their feet most of the night. They'll make even more noise right now as Timothy Chalamet is introduced, a regular member of the playoff courtside crew. Monica, the Knicks have been the stars of this first game of the second round matchup so far. They're not going to shoot 69% the entire series, but some of the offensive advantages you thought they might be able to take advantage of, they have shown up in a major way.
Without question. I mean, they're the far more mobile team so far in this ball game. I mean, they're getting activity from a number of guys. Their bench has proven to be more effective. But the starters, they just look fresher. Like, the Sixers are struggling with their legs, and that's to be expected after a grueling 7-game series.
Starting five still out there for both sides, and VJ Edgecombe.
Maybe not struggling with his legs.
Yeah, he is getting right to the rim, and he rises for the jam. That's the benefit of being 20 years old. Although, the rookie wall comes for every first-year player. Edgecombe, rookie out of Baylor. Bridges right side from the elbow. He leans in, missed a right-hand layup. Putback is banked in by Towns. He's got 12 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. He's on triple-double watch once again. Knicks by 25, or 27 now. 8:12 to go in the third. Edgecombe right wing. Picked up by Towns. Far side mid-range. Pump fake on the baseline, then blocked by Towns. Loose ball came back to Edgecombe on the far sideline. 5 to shoot. He'll slice inside around Brunson and a left-hand layup with long steps toward the cup to get around the Knick captain. It's back to a 25-point game.
We sort of said it slightly tongue-in-cheek, commenting on the legs and the energy that the Sixers do or do not have. But going through VJ Edgecombe, who has not met that rookie wall just yet, actually could prove to be a good formula to help them stem the tide a bit and stay in this ballgame.
Towns foul line, catch, drive, right-hand layup off the feet from Mikal Bridges. That's his 4th assist. Towns has 14. Knicks by 27. 7.5 to go in the third. George left wing. Right-hand dribble, crossover to his left. Baseline drive on Anunoby. Kicks it far corner. High pass caught by a leaping Edgecombe. Bring it back around for George left corner. 3-pointers off the backboard and a rebound from Anunoby. Knicks ball from left to right, up by 27. 7:12 to go in the third. Bridges up top, screen from Towns on the left. He'll get it to Towns, top of the key. Catch and shoot three. It's good. Karl Anthony Towns with his third three-pointer, and the Knicks lead by 30 here in game one.
17-6 so far for Karl Anthony Towns. I just love the poise that he's playing with.
Embiid, sensing the momentum slipping away, flops and draws a foul at the top of the key. 6:57 to go in the third. 90-60 New York. All they do is win and lead games by ridiculous margins these last two games.
We have been quite spoiled, huh?
Embiid has not been spoiled with the hospitality here in New York.
No, none of that.
If you missed the opening seconds of the game, they had to redo the jump ball. Joel Embiid complained about it, and the fans reminded him that they are not friends. Now, there's a bit of history between him and Towns back in 2019 with the Timberwolves. Towns and Embiid got into a physical altercation. Most reporting says that they've been able to, well, some people say bury the hatchet, others say squash the beef. How would you?
Some people say cook it up and grill it.
Cook it up and grill. Did they spin the block, or is that?
No. You don't want to spin the block on that one. Negative.
Okay. 2 for 3. 6:57 to go in the third. Spin the block was what Jaylen Brown said they were going to do against the Knicks once they got to the second round.
Correct.
Interesting. Embiid misses the second free throw. He was backpedaling toward midcourt, but apparently
he didn't even know he was shooting three.
And he was fouled on the three. You flopped for 3 free throws, Joel. Not just the 2.
I think he should not be allowed to shoot a third because he didn't know.
That's the
turnover.
That's the first missed foul shot by the Sixers, so they are 15 of 16. The Knicks, meanwhile, in the third quarter are 7 of 8 from the field. And it's not going to be like this all series, but it's moments like this that remind you, with Boston out and Detroit barely getting through Orlando, the Knicks have a good as chance as anyone to make it to the finals this year. Embiid gets 2 of 3, 28-point Knick lead. A Hart right corner. He'll drive to the foul line, hands to Towns, steps back for a straight on 3. That one's off the mark wide right, and Embiid gets the rebound. 6:40 remaining in the third. Can't let the foot off the gas against the Sixer team. They've been the kings of the comeback in this playoffs. Edgecombe driving left-hand layup, won't go over Towns. Strong vertical contest.
That was a great contest.
Hart right wing, catches, drives, kicks, right corner 3. Mikal Bridges got it. 93-62 New York, about halfway through the third, and Mikal Bridges has 2 3-pointers, 14 points.
The momentum for Bridges has continued after finishing in that Hawks series with 24 points. Tonight, he's got 14, you just mentioned it, 14 so far.
George, left elbow, steps across the paint, right-hand floater, got it, plus a foul. And Karl Anthony Towns picks up number 4. That was the lightest call of the night on a Towns foul. But with 6:03 remaining in the third quarter, it is now a 29-point game with a free throw upcoming for Paul George and a substitution coming up for the Knicks with Robinson in and Anunoby coming out. Karl Anthony Towns will stay in.
To have the required discipline to keep that offhand off, I agree with you that it was light, but by the letter of the law, that is illegal contact on the part of Karl Anthony Towns.
I think worthwhile to remind fans that game 1 in Boston of the first round series, the Celtics beat the Sixers 123-91. They did not have Joel Embiid in that game, and that's what Joe Mazzulla said was the swing point in the series. As Paul George completes the 3-point play, it's 93-65. But yeah, the Sixers lost that first game by 33 points. And a lot of people, understandably, were thinking sweep. Nobody was thinking a 3-1 comeback.
I definitely wasn't.
Brunson right elbow, backing down Edgecombe, leans in, right block, tough floater, misses short. He thought he was fouled, no call. Long outlet to George, picked off by Bridges. Over ambitious pass, left wing, McBride just into the game. Hart left point, all alone, and I mean all alone, but he held on to the ball and Oubre closed him out. Mike Brown looks upset from the far sideline. 5.5 to go in the third quarter. Bridges left wing, step back 3. Got another one. Mikal Bridges cannot miss right now. 17 points on 3 3-pointers, and the Knicks are up by 31.
It's great to see him involved. This is a series where he's been able, a matchup that he's been able to find success. So it's good to see his confidence is up to start this one.
Another timeout from Nick Nurse. The garden party continues here in game one, and Mikal Bridges fired up at the Knick bench. He's given them a 31-point lead with 5:19 to go in the third. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. 96-65 with 5:19 to go in the third quarter. Knicks by 31 in game one. You're listening to New York Knicks playoff basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Time to bench those other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire, you get to hire the right fit for any role fast. That's because ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time in scouting first-rate talent. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can instantly unlock contact info from a roster of top candidates. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have trusted ZipRecruiter to hire. And check this out. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the game, based on G2. So, if you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Wild Turkey Bourbon Master Distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
Is it sustainable? Is it realistic to expect it'll continue all series?
You gonna bring people back with therapy?
31-point lead's a 31-point lead. 96-65 with 5:19 to go in the third quarter. Let's pause 10 seconds before we address anything further to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
96-65, most recently because of a couple three-pointers from Mikal Bridges. Remember, he was 10 of 12 in Game 6 against Atlanta. He's 7 of 10 tonight. And one of 4 Knicks that have at least 17 points. That's the number for he and Towns. Anunoby's got 18, and Brunson with 27, all in the first half. And you have to guard against, I think, the expectation I was laying out. The Knicks looked almost this good against Atlanta in Game 1. And then the narrative up, Knicks in 5 at most.
I understand where you're going.
As you always say, Monica, in playoff basketball, you got to earn everything. Justin Edwards, a straight-on 3 over Brunson. Run a play for the young fellow from Philly. He drains a triple, 28-point game.
To that end, I think you're correct. And these are 7-game series for good reason. In fact, you mentioned it. When you saw Game 1 of Boston-Philly, you were like, oh, boy, is this just going to be a ramp-up for Jason Tatum to get ready to go into the second round?
Bridges from the foul line, whips it left angle, 3 from McBride off the front rim. Edgecombe was right there with him. First miss for McBride, he was 2 of 2.
What I do think is different about this opportunity is that Philadelphia is not going to have a chance to get fresher when you look at the cadence of this series.
Andre Drummond misses a left corner 3. He hit a couple of those in the series against Boston, and he hit 3 here in the fall.
They will have an opportunity to be better prepared for the Knicks, right? Having gotten a couple games under their belt in the series. But I think the cadence favors the Knicks for sure.
Love to see this. Bridges off the dribble drive, left side, got bumped underneath by Andre Drummond as Bridges continues being rewarded for his aggressiveness. 4:25 to go in the third, just the second foul on the team. Josh Hart will come out, and OG Anunoby will check back in with Brunson, McBride, Bridges, and Robinson. Now Jordan Clarkson will head to the scorer's table, and they will allow him to check in. Looks like for Mikal Bridges. Bridges gets a nice hand, and deservedly so.
I appreciate that these Knicks fans have been rolling along. And whichever side you may fall on the Mikal Bridges conversation, because he's a polarizing figure in a Knicks uniform, I do appreciate that these fans can celebrate and acknowledge the efforts he put in tonight to get this first win.
28-point lead, still third quarter, 4:20 to go. Brunson left side, block, slips in, missed the layup. Rebound tipped by Clarkson. Race for the ball near corner. Edgecombe touched it last. It's out of bounds into the front row. And wouldn't you know, two-time Hall of Famer Walt Clyde Frazier, a handshake to VJ Edgecombe. As we have a timeout on the floor with 4:13 to go. It's a timeout from the Sixers, and down 28. They are challenging this call, looking anywhere they can find it for a little momentum. Scott Foster has the mic. Green light is on.
Timeout's been called to challenge the ruling on the floor.
This gives up a moment to check out the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Only one other game in the NBA tonight, already underway. San Antonio 17, Minnesota 14 in game one of that second-round series. Anthony Edwards, 3 minutes off the bench. Has not taken a shot yet. Edwards had a hyperextension on his leg. Very surprising that he's able to play in this game, and perhaps speaking to that surprise, not starting. It's T.J. Shannon in a starting role. And San Antonio leads Minnesota by 3 late in the first quarter. That's the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at Kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires. Here's the call from Scott Foster. Was it out of bounds off of Philadelphia or New York? He'll actually step away from the microphone. We may have approximate foul here, adding to the length of review. Was it pushing the back on Clarkson?
It's been determined that there was a loose ball foul that was to be called on Clarkson. Therefore, this is a successful challenge. They will not be in charge of timeout, and they will be able to challenge subsequent plays.
I cheated there, Monica. I saw Scott Foster do the loose ball foul hand signal. You and Ray were about to call me a wizard of sorts.
No, I wasn't. You didn't have to snitch on yourself.
You weren't going to say I was smart for getting that? Okay.
I was going to say good call and keep it moving. Wasn't going to give you
and so much. We will. Keep it moving. 4:13 to go in the third quarter. It is 96-68. Sixers do get their second challenge, and they keep their timeout. And they get the ball back. Grimes inbounding with Edgecombe, Edwards, Drummond, and now I believe, is that Dominic Barlow into the series for the first time? Yes, it is. Out of Hackensack, New Jersey, grew up in Dumont, New Jersey as well. Inbound was tipped out of bounds by Deuce McBride. So just one starter on the floor for the team that has the fewest bench points in the playoffs, the 76ers. 4:11 to go in the third quarter. Grimes top of the key, steps back, passes left corner. Drummond catch and drive on the baseline, but he stepped on the sideline out of bounds. And the Sixers turn it over for the 11th time. I don't know if this is a white flag rotation from Nick Nurse, but with just 1 day of rest, coming off an emotional 7-game series win, they have to at least consider the fact that they want to be as rested as possible for game 2, which, well, it's just a couple days away on Wednesday. Clarkson, right side drive on the baseline, stripped out of bounds by Grimes. No, it was saved from the out-of-bounds line by Barlow. They'll get it across midcourt for Edgecombe. Grimes to the foul line. Lobs a pass far corner. Drummond, pump fake to 3, closed out by Robinson. Drummond backing down. Robinson now all the way to the middle of the paint. Drop step baseline. Double teamed by Anunoby, but a whistle and a foul called as Drummond fell out of bounds. And they're going to get Anunoby reaching in. It's his third foul.
Oh my goodness.
Now, Towns has 4. Robinson has 3. Looked like a lot of ball there from Anunoby.
Remember that time we argued about Andre Drummond being able to shoot threes on air?
I'll never think of Andre Drummond without thinking about the time we argued about whether or not it was acceptable for him to hit 3 3-pointers in the game the Knicks lost by 9. Of course, I won the argument as Edwards second left corner 3. Missed it short. Ray Santiago, our producer, is the tiebreaker, and it went to me. Very rare. Top of the key, Edgecombe. Straight on 3-pointer. Got it over McBride. to 71. It's a 25-point game with 3:16 left in the third.
Now, in today's NBA, the year 2026, 25 is not anything that means that the job is completely done or the game is sealed at all. So the Knicks need to continue to make sure they're practicing good habits and taking advantage of this opportunity.
Up by 31 not long ago, and Anunoby traveled. He had a little window on the right side arc. And it was a mini double foot jab step before he dribbled.
That's very polite of you. Double foot jab.
10 turnovers for the Knicks. Only 4 in the first half. Edgecombe and Barlow pick and roll right side. Edgecombe walk up right wing three. Missed it too strong. Robinson the rebound. Brunson now. Defended by Edwards across midcourt. Cross him over top of the key. Screen on the right from Robinson. Pick and roll. Foul line floater. Brunson missed it wide right but got fouled by Edwards. And that is number 4 on the second year wing. And Jalen Brunson to the free throw line. A chance for his first points since halftime. He had 27 at the break. At the foul line to our right, Brunson will take his 5th and 6th free throws. Embiid has taken 9, Maxey 7. First shot is up and good, so 97 to 71, a 26-point Knick lead. Become an Amazon Hub partner and earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Learn more about Amazon Hub Delivery and get started at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. Brunson gets both. 1 point shy of 30. And remember, the last 4 games he's played in the playoffs against Philadelphia, 39 points and then 40 plus in the other 3. 2.5 to go, third quarter. Edgecombe near sideline, front court left. Watched by McBride, hands off to Grimes. He'll take Clarkson to the top of the key. Crossover, spin move, foul line in the paint. Far corner pass for Barlow, not a shooter. Gets it to Edgecombe up top. He'll drive the lane with bad intentions, threw his body into both Anunoby and Robinson. And they will call a foul on the Knicks. And I think this one's going to be on Mitchell Robinson, which is number 4.
Okay.
The fearlessness of VJ Edgecombe could be a factor in this series, but that plenty of ball.
Challenge that?
Plenty of ball from Mitchell Robinson. And Edgecombe, you could argue, is a little out of control.
I think it looks like the Knicks are content just to let this play out. But as we're watching this replay, it looks like Robinson gets ball first.
Edgecombe lets the Knicks challenge question off the hook, I guess, because he misses the first free throw. And Towns will come into the game for Mitchell Robinson. Both big men have 4 fouls. Now, the Sixers are not going to shoot just 41% the whole series, and they'll be a little better than 8 for 23 from 3. If the foul trouble continues for your 2 excellent big men, that can make things difficult as the series continues. Left side foul line, Edgecombe misses both. The rebound, Anunoby. Towns boxed out of Dembona all the way into the padding underneath the left side hoop. And they're going to call a foul on Bona, drawn by Towns. That's the 4th foul on Philly. So Dembona, welcome to round 2. It's the first time he checked in. He went crashing into the basket stanchion, and he got called for the foul.
I'm just wondering, I wish I could jump inside the mind of Nick Nurse for a second, because I wonder, to your point, is he sort of punting in order to give his guys a chance to get a little extra rest, and the series will start for the Sixers in earnest when we get back here on Wednesday?
Yep.
Or is he going to try to see if there's a push left in his guys in the 4th quarter by basically giving them the 3rd off?
I suppose the luxury of pulling off a historic 3-1 comeback is you're not going to panic until the series is over. Brunson, right elbow, speeds in, pulls up. 11-foot jump shot is good for the near side mid-range. 100 to 71 New York, and it's the 16th career 30-point playoff game for Jalen Brunson. Up by 29, and a reach-in foul on Clarkson, trying to slow down Edwards, who's dribbling around the perimeter from high to low. And that will send Edwards to the free throw line. Knicks are over the limit.
For a second there, I actually thought this foul was being called against Grimes on the screen that he set. It looks like Jalen Brunson might have suffered a little stinger on that play, but that is not the case.
I sold him short, Monica. That was his 17th playoff game with 30 points. A Knick record. He also has the record for most 40-point games in Knicks playoff history.
Shout out to the captain.
BJ Edgecombe checking out and Trendon Watford checking in. This is not a commentary on Trendon Watford, but he only played 15 minutes in all of round one. They were all in garbage time.
That is, in fact, a commentary on Trendon Watford. Just want you to know that.
Issued by Nick Nurse for only playing.
Correct. It's not your commentary.
Okay, perfect. So, having him in the game maybe signals that Nick Nurse is looking ahead to game 2. Free throws good for Grimes. 27-point Nick lead. Final 100 seconds, third quarter. Anunoby dotted line looking around, double team, and that leaves Clarkson wide open underneath, and a good find from Anunoby for a wide open layup. That's his first assist, and the Knicks are back up 29. Clarkson's first bucket as well. 90 seconds left, third quarter. Grimes out high. Brunson screen on the left from Bona. That's an illegal screen. Did not give Brunson any time to get out of the way. He's been taking a lot of hits late in this game. Wonder if it might be bench emptying consideration time for the Knicks as well, but they'll get it back up 29 with 1:25 to go in the third.
I can't exactly remember what the score was after 3 quarters in game 6, but we do know that the bench got to play the entire fourth quarter as that one was way out of hand.
They're up by about 50.
That sounds right.
Huckporty into the game left wing. Hands to Brunson on the high side wing. Screen on the right from Huckporty to get away from Grimes. Bonus stays with Brunson and then hip checks him with the near sideline. Brunson went crashing into the front row, and he's helped up by Clarkson. And Brunson will pat Bona on the rear end as if to say, that's a clean basketball play, and it sure was. Bona just couldn't turn his hips quickly enough to avoid fouling Brunson. And that means free throws for number 11. He's 6 of 6 tonight, 31 points. But the more times you see Brunson hit the deck,
the more nerves. Yes, I agree.
I remember in the first few minutes of this game, Karl Anthony Towns took a hard fall after drawing a loose ball foul, crashing in for a rebound. He was inadvertently upended by Kelly Oubre, but he was able to stay in the game. Brunson gets the first free throw, 32 points.
It does appear that Jose Alvarado is waiting over at the scorer's table to take his role.
Timberwolves, a nice run to end the first quarter. They have a 24-23 lead in San Antonio.
I really wish that team was healthy. But, you know, they got Ant Embers back, who's the biggest piece. They might be able to do something special. We'll see.
31-point Nick lead. Grimes will sprint ahead, and his layup is picked at the cup by Huckporty. Final minute, third quarter. Brunson into the front court. And you can't think about Knicks Sixers in the playoffs without thinking about Dante DiVincenzo. Game-winning 3 in game 2. The 6-point possession for the Knicks. DiVincenzo out for a while with an Achilles injury. Brunson dotted line floater with the left hand, and around and down for the captain. He's got 35 points in game 1. It's a 106-73 lead.
Just really great stuff from Jalen Brunson. Continues to force the issue in terms of paint scoring. 46-24 is the total paint scoring in this one, obviously, in favor of the Knicks.
Grimes left elbow, feeds the far side mid-range for Barlow. Hop step in the lane, and a left-hand layup is good over Huckporty. 106-75, 31-point game. 17 to shoot, 22 to play. Jeremy Sohan limbering up. Landry Shamet doing some high knee kicks. Tyler Kolek up off the bench. You're going to see that group when we begin the fourth quarter. McBride right wing, 3 off the dribble. It's good. Deuce McBride from downtown, and the Knicks have a 34-point lead late in the third quarter of game 1. Grimes off the dribble, step back left angle triple, buried it over Brunson with .2 to go. And it's back to a 31-point game. Inbound to Anunoby, did not get the 70-foot shot off in time. And as we head to the fourth quarter, a similar sight on the board. A lot to a little in favor of the Knicks. It is 109-78.
I love the balance that the Knicks have played with. You've got 4 double-digit scorers, obviously led by Jalen Brunson, who has 35, but 17, 17, and 18 from Bridges, Towns, and Anunoby. Josh Hart, 8 points, 8 rebounds. And then you look at your bench unit, who's been able to give you 14 points off of the bench, led by Deuce McBride, who's put up 8 so far in this one. These opportunities are few and far between in a postseason to lay it on this thick for it to be this efficient and to look this easy. But the Knicks, showing that veteran core, who we again keep referencing their experience, are making the most of this opportunity and leaving little doubt.
This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. The fourth quarter is next. The benches will more than likely be emptied. It is a 31-point Knicks lead in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals over Philadelphia. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Orgavattazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hoops fans, let's clear the glass. Citywide window cleaning. Third generation, 50-plus years serving Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Hoboken, and Jersey City. Commercial or residential, we go full court with private home cleanings, empty apartment turnarounds, and monthly amenity spaces. Property managers, resident managers, private tenants, book annual or bi-yearly cleanings. We treat your windows like our own. No job too big or small. Get a quote at cwwindow.com. Citywide, see the city like it's courtside.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about. Summer colds linger, and getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. That's why everyone needs a medical emergency kit. It includes doctor-prescribed medications to treat common and serious illnesses, so if you wake up sick, at home or on the road, you already have what you need. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. Save $45 with code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. urgentcarekit.com/880.
Fourth quarter in New York. It's a 109-78 Knicks lead in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Knicks are shooting 68% from the field, 58% from three. They've only missed one free throw not taken by Mitchell Robinson, and they have held the Sixers to just 78 points through three quarters, shooting 43% from the field. And we have extended garbage time for the second straight game in this Knicks playoff run. Dalen Terry, of all people, will take a right wing three for the Sixers. It's off the mark. We mentioned earlier that Terry started his season with Chicago, traded to the Knicks for Gershon Yabusele, and then traded to New Orleans for the guy who's got the ball now, Jose Alvarado. On the near side wing, screen from Huckporty, backs up on a Dembona. Up top for Deuce McBride. Crossover to his left hand and launches a three up top off the front rim, and Bona crashes in for the rebound. Alvarado was hunched over at midcourt. You know what that means, but so do the Sixers. They did not allow a Grand Theft Alvarado, but Landry Shamet draws an offensive foul on a Dembona's second illegal screen in the last 5 minutes. Knicks take over, opening minute, fourth quarter, 31-point lead.
You know, I love engaging with the fans on game days, particularly in the postseason. So many thoughtful questions. Another question that I saw a fair amount today on Instagram was, will Landry Shamet get back into the rotation? So this is an opportunity for him to get a feel for what this series might need.
You read my mind. Here's McBride open on a right wing three. Missed it wide left. One-arm rebound. Huckporty back out to Shamet right point. Double teamed by two Sixers. His pass underneath was batted right back to him by Grimes. 6 to shoot. Had to go to the midcourt line to retrieve it. On the right wing now. Takes Terry to the foul line. Left elbow sidestep jumper. Hits the front rim. Falls off the right side iron. And then whacked out of bounds by Huckporty near sideline. So 10:44 left in game one. Sixer ball down 31. Yes, Landry Shamet, 11 total points in the first round. He was 3 out of 11 from three-point land. You could have made an argument that he was the Knicks' most reliable bench player all season. We want Kolek is the chance. But round one, Mike Brown explained it in pretty impressive detail. They were hoping Shamet could be their backup point guard. But the way Jose Alvarado was able to run the offense against Atlanta, he's become the obvious choice. As Watford took a trip to the rim, but missed a right-hand layup, a fight for the loose ball, and on the rebound, a foul is called on the Knicks. Ariel Huckporty will pick up his second. Get to the full lineups here. It's Alvarado, Shamet, McBride, Clarkson, and Huck-Porty. The Knicks regulars are done, although we've seen plenty of McBride and Clarkson tonight, 16 and 11 minutes respectively.
Just to toss a little button on the Shamet piece of it all. Ooh.
Adem Bona's third offensive foul, this one with the ball in his hand. He bulldozed into the lane, and Deuce McBride was waiting for him to take a charge. Please, Monica, continue.
Well, this year has been a big leap for Landry Shamet. He's a guy that Mike Brown clearly had a lot of faith in and energy. His minutes, he went to about 23 minutes per game compared to last year where he just played 15. And so this year's productivity was the most he's played since 2020. So a lot of good things all in all, but when you get to the postseason, every detail of a matchup is so magnified that it really does become about who meets the need in a given game. I'm not saying that he might not get his number called in the Sixers, but to your point, Jose Alvarado was needed in that backup point guard position clearly in Atlanta.
As Clarkson with the ball now, it will take Barlow to the foul line, got double teamed by Terry, and they'll call a tie-up. So Dalen Terry and Jordan Clarkson will jump it up. And the cheers you hear are for Tyler Kolek, who will check into the game for the first time. The Sixers have Quentin Grimes out there as their only regular, with Dominic Barlow, Trenton Watford, Dalen Terry, and now Jabari Walker, a fourth-year wing out of Colorado. So no true center. They are just running out the clock here, down by 31 in game one. Neither team has scored yet in this fourth quarter. He played for a minute and 46 seconds, and the tip is won by Terry. Watford across midcourt, picked up by Clarkson, stripped by Clarkson. Comes loose to Tyler Kolek, looking around, left wing will find Alvarado up top. He'll take a three and connects. Jose Alvarado shooting it well this postseason. The Knicks have a 34-point lead.
I love the way this team just moved the basketball, though.
Dalen Terry to the foul line. Bounce pass right wing Grimes. Hot step in the paint. Fires a pass left wing for Barlow. He'll get to the middle of the lane, and a right-hand floater is good over Kolek to make it a 32-point game. And the ball movement, Monica, that's a key you pointed out early as Alvarado steps into a left wing three, missed it short. Offensive rebound, Huck-Porty.
That wasn't quite the ball movement that I envisioned, but continue.
Two and done, as they say. Huck-Porty threw it away. Dalen Terry right angle three is good. That'll make it a 29-point game. Getting Joel Embiid moving on defense to wear him down and take advantage of maybe him not being 100%, or just generally a big, slow person. The Knicks have been whipping the ball around the gym, and that's a big reason why they've kept the Sixers defense off balance all night. 26 assists so far. Clarkson right side drive. Shamet up top. Kick it. Kolek far corner three. Got it. Tyler Kolek with a finger point toward the taunting Sixer bench. Crowd erupts late in the fourth quarter. Knicks up 115-83. Terry misses a floater left elbow. Offensive rebound. Walker putback wouldn't go. Kolek rips the rebound away from Terry, but a held ball. And they will jump it up again. 115-83, a 32-point Knick lead with 8:42 to go in the fourth. I think Kelly Oubre is laughing over there down the right side of the Sixers bench. He must have had something to say to Tyler Kolek. The Sixers said on that pivotal missed three-pointer by Peyton Pritchard that probably would have won Game 7 on Saturday. They said, quote, that shot was heavily contested by the bench. So they were coming up with all kinds of creative language to distract Peyton Pritchard, who almost always seems to hit that big shot. Paco Dadier will check into the game, and Alvarado will come out. So it is Kolek, Clarkson, Shamet, Dadier, and Huck-Porty. And Monica, may I say,
please,
that when this game was hanging in the balance about 7 hours ago, and the Knicks were in big man foul trouble, Ariel Huck-Porty came in and played more than serviceable defense on Joel Embiid to hold the Knicks over while they got rest and foul trouble concerns handled for both Robinson and Towns, as Watford took Shamet to the rim on a post-up but missed the turnaround shot point blank. Clarkson right side. He'll drive to the near side block, stripped out of bounds off his leg. No, a foul called on a reach-in by Walker. And with 8:23 to go in the fourth quarter, the Knicks will keep it up by 32.
You may say that, and I think that is appropriate praise for what Ariel Huck-Porty did in the moment. The only caveat that I will offer is, again, I think part of tonight's punt in this fourth quarter, really halfway through the third quarter, is part of the strategy for the Sixers to recover, basically. And so we'll see what Joel Embiid looks like in Game 2.
Clarkson left wing, catching 2-3, too strong off a good feed from Dadier, rebound Barlow. Now, Nick Nurse is a generally candid coach. I wouldn't be surprised if he says, yes, I pulled the starters early because of the rest disadvantage as Terry misses an awkward-looking layup over Kolek on the right side of the paint. Clarkson tried to split a double team on the far sideline, but his dribble got out of his reach. Barlow will take it. Dishes to a baseline cutter. Watford finds Terry left corner. His baseline drive is stopped by Hukporti, so he feeds a streaking Walker in the lane. He got fouled by Clarkson. Layup wouldn't go, but free throws coming for Jabari Walker, who got 2 points in 10 minutes all of round one. It's a 32-point Knick lead. But even if Nick Nurse says that it wasn't because he wanted to get his guys rest, you could just look at the facts on the ground and realize you don't usually empty your bench in the third quarter at any point.
Yeah, the playoff demands a slightly different strategy than does the regular season. So I think that this is not a huge surprise. I will say that I'm impressed with how well the Knicks are playing in this one, but the fact that the Sixers are a little bit hit, having just wrapped up their series on Saturday, and we are here on Monday evening in the Garden, not surprising to me.
We've been told that no team has ever won 3 straight playoff games by 25 points. So the Knicks potentially in rarefied air. 7:39 to go in the fourth quarter. Walker got both free throws. Knicks by 30. Dadier right corner 3, air ball too far to the left. Walker gets the rebound. 7.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Watford left side drive, Euro step met by Mohamed Diawara, who just checked in. Barlow from the right wing all the way to the left block will get a left-hand layup unimpeded across the paint diagonally. It is a 115-87 Knick lead, down to 28. Alley-oop to Dadier and a catch and lay-in on the right side block. 30 points is the lead again. Nice feed from Tyler Kolek. Presence clearly felt here off the bench in garbage time, and now Edwards was picked up just across midcourt by Dadier. He tried to cross him over but stepped on the near sideline. That'll bring us to a timeout with 6:56 to go in game one. Knicks lead the Sixers by 30. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. Knicks all over Philly, but still about 7 minutes to go to close this one out. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today. The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
117-87. Knicks lead the Sixers with a 30-point lead. 6:56 to go in the fourth quarter. Extended garbage time. The benches, for Philly anyway, were emptied with about 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, and the Knicks started the fourth with no starters, and they have officially gone to the deepest depths of the bench. And it's a group that's been pretty fun to watch, Monica, these last couple of games, and we've had the privilege to watch them because the Knicks have a chance to become the first team ever to win 3 straight playoff games by 25-plus points.
That is a wild stat, especially in a year as we look around, and there's just so much parity, so many Game 7s in these series. Like, the Knicks are in the class with, do what you will with this information, but these are the facts, Oklahoma City and the San Antonio Spurs, who packed up their series early. Well, I guess the Lakers did too. I got to throw them in there.
3 to, yeah, they won that in 6.
And Minnesota, for that matter. Maybe it's not as impressive as I thought. The Eastern Conference.
I will say the team stats are going to be skewed by these last 3 games. So, the Knicks will have probably the best offensive rating in the entire playoffs as Tyler Kolek streaks inside for a left-hand layup, and they've earned that. But can't get too caught up in the numbers this time of year. The facts are the Knicks are playing brilliant basketball. They've clearly found some advantages they have on both ends against Philly. It's 119-87 now. New York in front, 6.5 to go. Dadier poked a pass away from Edwards. It comes to Shamet. Knicks have numbers from left to right. Diawara open 3. Too strong from the far corner. Rebound tipped off the left side rim by Huckporty, but it came free to Barlow. 6:15 to go in the fourth. 119-87. Barlow ripped through a move all the way to the cup, and a left-hand layup misses, but a foul called on Huckporty, which gives us time to bring you points in the paint. Brought to you by Boost Mobile. The Knicks have 50 of them, and they've allowed just 30. They have not been over-reliant on the three-point shot. That, of course, was the death knell for the Boston Celtics. They're finding space inside. During the regular season, we saw them drive and kick a lot. Here, they're okay driving and scoring, and it's led to a dominant postseason run in the painted area. That was Points in the Paint, brought to you by Boost Mobile. Don't overpay. Get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever. For life, for real. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. First free throw missed from Barlow, and the second one drops through. 6:12 to go in the fourth quarter. It is a 31-point Knick lead. They've got Kolek, Shamet, Diawara, Dadier, and Huckporty on the floor. Tough pass underneath, almost dropped by Shamet, but he saved it from that left baseline, and he couldn't prevent Dadier from stepping out of bounds after catching the pass on the far sideline. So the Knicks give it away for the 13th time. Now, Monica, these series are all about adjustments, right?
Mm-hmm.
This might be a little harebrained, but is there a benefit to the Knicks having made this a laugher so early, as Edwards gets a look at a left wing 3, missed it off the back rim, hit the back rim twice, in fact, and then came loose to Huckporty. There's not as much data for Nick Nurse to work off of as Kolek walks into a left wing 3 and drills it. Did he just do the go-to-sleep Curry sign? 112-88. That would be a move. 34-point Knick lead, 5.5 to go. He didn't get to look at the clutch plays the Knicks run, not the crunch time lineups they want to use. It never really got to a point in this game where there was a gotta-have-it moment for the Knicks that the Sixers were able to dissect, as the Knicks are called for a reach-in foul as Edwards got toward the rim, and Huckporty fouled him, so 2 free throws coming for Philly.
I see your point, but what you did see is how the Knicks intend to guard Joel Embiid. And we saw double teams in the second half on occasion and in the third quarter before Nick Nurse pulled those guys. Otherwise, they allowed Towns and Robinson mostly to guard him straight up. To your point, I thought Huckporty did really well, and probably what will amount to maybe 2 minutes ultimately of time as the primary defender on Joel Embiid. You also saw in spots that the Knicks still did not have an answer to slow the speed of Tyrese Maxey. And so, yeah, you didn't get a whole bunch of data out of this ball game, but you know the strength of your team. And even in the small sample size, you got to see what the strengths are going to be and how they apply versus this Knicks roster.
Edwards missed the first but got the second. Kolek up top. He'll get to the left elbow. Off the dribble jump shot is off the back rim, but another offensive rebound for Huckporty. Hands to Kolek right block. Skips a pass far corner. Back up top for Diawara. Right point 3 is good. Mohamed Diawara from downtown. That's his first bucket, and the Knicks have a 125-89 lead. It is the Knicks' third straight playoff game, having scored 125-plus points. Of course, highlighted by the 140 they put on the board in Game 6 against Atlanta, holding them to just 89 points. Watford on the right side arc. He'll take a three, too strong. Rebound Diawara. 4:39 left in the fourth. Diawara passes left for Kolek. Catches, drives, dishes to a cutting Hukporti. Hits a left-hand layup and a foul. Tyler Kolek taking over the fourth quarter. 8 points and now 3 assists. And Ariel Hukporti, a very convincing plus 21 rating in this game. He's got 3 offensive rebounds and now a chance for a three-point play.
Really, impressed might be a strong word, but there's promise to the way that Ariel Hukporti has played in this basketball game. Most importantly, the way we saw him defend Joel Embiid. Because you got to go deep into your bench in terms of dealing with the big fella. I get it. And you want to see that a guy has been able to soak up enough of the know-how, the knowledge, the NBA grit, all those good things, and the basketball IQ over the course of the season to be able to do that smartly.
4.5 to go. Hukporti completes the three-point play. Those are his first 3 points of the night in 13 minutes. Watford lowers his shoulder to the dotted line on Shamet, draws a foul. So free throws coming up for Watford. 128-89. Knicks with a 39-point lead. 4:22 to go in the fourth quarter. It was a while ago, but Jalen Brunson scored 35 points in 31 minutes. And that's the other thing. You're not running these Knicks rotation regulars into the ground either.
Yeah, no, that's that. We have had a lot of conversations around Mike Brown's first year, and one of the things that is for certain that he has done differently has been way more mindful of minutes and more willing to use his bench, and that is something that bodes you well as you get deep into the postseason, and every minute and mileage on the body matters.
Watford hits a first free throw but missed a second. Kolek from the foul line takes 2 steps toward the restricted area but missed a left-hand layup off the front rim. One was tipped out of bounds off of the Knicks. 38-point New York lead, 128-90. And now you just think about fighting against the human nature that, again, is unavoidable. How do you come out with that same urgency in game 2 against a Sixer team that can absolutely storm back into game and into series? Janai Broom into the game. We just got an offensive rebound off a missed layup, and now it's Edwards back to midcourt. 38-point Knick lead, and a split pass from Edwards was almost stolen at the left elbow, but a foul called on Mohamed Diawara. He clipped Edwards out on the perimeter, and it's free throws coming for Edwards. 3:47 left in the game. He's got 4 points in 13 minutes with a chance for 2 more. The other game in the postseason going on right now is tied. Spurs and Timberwolves 39-39 with 3:21 to go.
I don't understand why the games are so close. We're supposed to be able to finish this game and then go and watch that game.
I've seen a lot of complaints on social media about that.
Who scheduled this?
But if you're a fan at home, you're allowed to watch both games.
No, wrong. Not in the playoffs. You get to take in each series separately. They should not be competing with one another. I'm very upset.
I'm sure it's not the first year this has happened.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
You're probably right, but it feels. I think about when we were home watching. It was a ESPN night or a TNT night.
I don't remember life before you, Monica.
Oh, wow.
And Tyler Kolek will get to the rim and
so thoughtful.
Threw a hook pass over his head toward Hukporti. He couldn't receive it, but it's because he was fouled on the catch attempt by Jabari Walker. Third foul on the Sixers. It's a 128-91 Knicks lead. They're up by 37 with 3 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the fourth. Diawara, pick and roll, Hukporti. Left elbow, Diawara. Edwards on his hip will get to the middle of the lane, and a right-hand finger roll is good from Mohamed Diawara. Good to see the young Knick rookie back in action. He fell out of the rotation as the Knicks got healthy over the final month of the year, but that's a restricted free agent in the offseason, Monica. And no, it is not at all time to be thinking about the offseason the way the Knicks are playing lately, but who knows? He could be a key piece of the future as he continues to show his tools, the arsenal. A foul on Shamet, 3:22 left. More free throws coming for Watford. 32 free throws for Philly. Knicks have taken 17.
Man, I mean, this is the Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey to a lesser degree, but certainly the Joel Embiid experience.
Yes. At the left side foul line, Watford hits the free throw. And we had talked about how sometimes frustrating to watch the Boston Celtics can be. They're going to take their threes. If they go in, they win. If they don't, well, just look at the last 3 games against Philly. So that would be the 3-point contest. This might wind up being the free throw contest.
That's a good call.
Which admittedly, maybe you'd rather watch some three-pointers.
Yeah.
For Watford, he gets both. It's 130-93. But what's encouraging about the Knicks is they've shown the ability to get better as series go on, defending opponents. So I think you're going to hopefully see less fouls drawn by Embiid as the series goes along. That's Pacom Dadier, nice pump fake up top and a drive with a left-hand floater at the end. And it's a 132-93 lead with 3 minutes to go. Watford far side baseline drive and a right-hand bank shot is good over Shamet. And it's a 37-point game.
Even with this, I would call it, I guess, the third unit.
Shamet a straight-on triple. That's good to see. It's a 30-point lead, or a 40-point lead now.
There you go. I like the pace that these guys are playing with. You see them communicating on defense. They're passing. They're looking for one another. When they do have an opportunity to score, they're looking toward the rim and taking those shots with confidence.
135-95. Watford on the right side. Back up top to Edwards. Catch and shoot triple. Got it over Dadier. With 2:17 left. Almost like a running clock here. 135-98. 37-point game again. We are once again witnessing history in Knicks playoff basketball. In all of playoff basketball. 25 points. The margin of victory, it would seem, in 3 consecutive games as Landry Shamet tried to sneak along the baseline right, but stepped on the white stripe out of bounds. And that'll bring us to our final media timeout of the broadcast. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. 156 remains in the game. The Knicks have a 135-98 lead over Philadelphia in the opening game of the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Calandra stayed at the counter. At Calandra's Bakery, they stick to the basics. Real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Calandra's bread is all natural with 0 preservatives, just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Calandra's Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
When it's playoff basketball, you got to do a little bit of everything.
The intensity levels are at an all-time high. These are the NBA playoffs. Every team looking to make a run.
This is incredible.
Every player looking to make history.
Give me all you got. Let's go.
So tune in because this is going to be unbelievable.
This is exactly what we want.
The NBA playoffs presented by Google continue on ABC, ESPN, NBC, Peacock, and Prime.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
1:56 remains in the fourth quarter. Under 2 minutes to go before the Knicks can take a 1-0 series lead in this Eastern Conference semifinal. They were panning the camera around the Garden at the end of the third quarter. It landed on Patrick Ewing, and he was already holding up the 1-0 hand signal because at that point the Knicks were up by 30. Right now they're up by 37. 135-98. 35 points from Jalen Brunson, Anunoby with 18, Towns and Bridges with 17 apiece. And much like we saw in Game 6 against Atlanta, everybody is scoring. And I do mean everybody. You've got 9 players off the bench with at least 1 made field goal. They are currently led by 8 points apiece from Deuce McBride and Tyler Kolek, who's done it all in this fourth quarter. With Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. And, of course, really for the past hour and a half, these folks here in New York have been looking forward to Game 2 Wednesday right here at Madison Square Garden before the Friday-Sunday combo in Philly, including a 3:30 afternoon game on Mother's Day. Janai Broom on the left wing. He'll take a long, short three off the front rim. Kolek the rebound, finds Diawara right corner. Dribbles out of it. Kolek up top, passes left. Shamit catches, shoots three. Back rim, no. Rebound tipped off the hands of Edwards, and it comes to Watford. If Nick Nurse was hoping one of his bench players could catch fire here in extended garbage time, they have not. You do have 8 points from Justin Edwards, who came into the game late in the first quarter with the express goal of forcing Mitchell Robinson to the free throw line. Jamal Broom, baseline drive, and a floater rolls around and down, but an offensive basket interference is the call. Monica, did I hear a defense chant from the Knicks fans here a second ago?
I'm not sure, did you?
I thought I heard a defense chant up by 37. Maybe I'm just hearing thousands of voices in my head.
It's plausible. I applaud the fans that are still in this building, though. I mean, your team's in the second round having a dominant performance here at home. Soak it all in.
From left to right they go. Final 63 seconds in the game. Dadier on the right side. He will take Edwards to the foul line. Nowhere to go. Up top for Kolek. Top of the key. Ball fake. Passes left for Shamit. Steps back for a left wing three. Too strong. Offensive rebound. Dadier. 49 seconds to go. Finds Hukporti underneath for a two-hand stuff and a 39-point lead.
It's a great pass by Dadier. Wrap around to his open guy and an emphatic finish by Ariel Hukporti, who I suspect will see more time in this series.
Watford right side mid-range. He got stripped by Dadier. Came loose to Shamit. Half a minute to go, and Shamit had the ball poked out of bounds by Terry to the far sideline. Knicks also hoping to hold an opponent under 100 points for the fourth consecutive game. Kolek will dribble out the shot clock. We'll see what the Hawks or the Sixers want to do.
Popeyes wraps.
They've got 98 points.
Crunchy
and
tender
the Knicks
with pickles,
have
lettuce,
once
and
again
cheese, all wrapped
one
up
up themselves. They seem to play better and better.